Yo, man, this. You know what? I'm not dealing with this tonight. Sorry. Got this one person, man, over. Doesn't even matter. It's whatever. All right, I think we should be good. Skip to the content. I don't know why I labeled it like that. Okay, whatever. It says skip to the content on Instagram, but what's up? I think everybody will understand what that is. And we good to go. So
hey people, happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays to everybody. Absolutely. We are in the holiday season. I see the Christmas tree up there.
Seedless greetings.
Season's greetings to everybody. Let me we'll give a shout out to everybody just coming in here. Let some people get in. We got Stanley. What up? John, let's go. What up, my brother? Spooky in the house. Amelia coming back around. Haven't seen you in a little while. How you been? Good to see you. Nathan, what's up? It's Mark. It's DeFasco.
Yeah, what's up, dude? Happy holidays.
There you go. Season's greetings to you, Vinny. Uncle Puff. What up, motherfucker? And what's up? What's up? So Josh is supposed to be on the next hour. Yeah, I'm not gonna have these guys on together. They're gonna be on separately. The only issue is Josh is definitely just not technically advanced. So, you know, if you guys are following the Instagram, most likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably have to end it for an hour here and jump over to Instagram. It's the only way to be able to have Josh on, it seems, tonight. So, you know, hopefully you guys are cool with that. The Instagram page I'll give you guys before we end it. Hopefully you guys are on Instagram and you want to see that. Yeah, I literally have been sitting here with him for the last, right before Mark jumped in, I was sitting back here with him trying to figure it out. He couldn't get the video up. He had the audio was working, but the video was not. So I feel like to make it easier.
I was going to say, be worth persevering for Josh. Josh doing some nice things, man. I see his work.
Yeah. No, Josh has some really good things coming up, man. You know, he really does. So most likely, like I said, when we're done with Mark here, we'll jump the Instagram onto the Dark Star Seed Bank official page, and I'll have Josh just jump on there, and then maybe we'll come back the last hour. We'll probably just stay there. I'll probably just do this hour with Mark, and the last 2 hours will be on Instagram. Shout out. What's up, Tino? What up? But yeah, unless he figures out a way to get in here, we're probably gonna have to go over there.
Hopefully, he can figure it out. I'm right there with him, man. Like, I was the last person in my crowd to even know how to do an email, so I had to, by necessity, get a crash course in how everything works. I was definitely the last person, so I could feel what he's going through now. I've been there. Yeah, what's up, man? What's good?
Here, I'm gonna type this in so these guys know where we're gonna go to. When we go over
Birds
there.
11-2, man. Eagles.
Hey, fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, it's a good time in Philly, you know. It has been a very good time to be an Eagles fan again.
We have the best sports fans and the best music fans on the planet, I gotta say. Maybe I'm biased partially.
No, I agree. All right, so I'm just going to put this up as a scroll. If you guys aren't following this page, you guys go make sure, because like I said, when we're done with Mark here, if you guys want to see the Bluestar and the 808, you know, we got this guy. We call him 28 Days around these parts. You know what I mean? We got to get into it tonight. I'm going to get into it tonight with 808 on Instagram. So, you know, have your guys' questions all ready, and I'll go Bills. Oh, hell no. No. This guy right here. I know this guy right here. Yo, the Bills are going to lose this. No, you know what? I'm going to root for the Bills because obviously, and this is being honest, I would much rather the Bills win this weekend than fucking Detroit. Because you know what that does to the Birds? We have a better chance of getting home field advantage at that point. So go Bills. Bills Mafia, boy. Let's go. What do you mean hating ass? I just said I'm rooting for the Bills, bro. Yo. I'm rooting for the Bills, man. God damn. Damn. All right. Anyway, let's get into
gonna say, seeing any music or anything over the holidays? Anything local? We're talking about some things.
I am going to probably go see Dark Star Orchestra right at the old, what they used to call the Electric Factory. So,
man, I got history in that place. I'll tell you, the walls could talk, the parking lot could talk. That's deep in the 215.
No doubt, bro. There was like a couple years there where Dark Star Orchestra played New Year's there. I was there, at least 2 of those few years. So, yeah. And yeah, he is planning. Wait, you're planning on moving back to Pennsylvania, right? Mark, are you still planning to move back to Pennsylvania?
Things have changed to where I gotta stay put and grind with the new thing with Grateful Head. I think it's in our best interest to just stay where we're at and see that through, and then I think that'll enable us to get back there. You know what I mean? But right now, it would be too much to move with the plate ahead of us. We got a busy schedule, nonstop work. I don't think timing wise would be the best idea.
Well, I think that's like the perfect segue into us, getting into
He's
Grateful Head a little bit.
He's all about getting up with you. I've just been sick, so that's been on me the past 5 days. I've had a bug, but I'll make that happen in the next week, and we should have some dialogue about it.
Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody, I think it was last night, about it, and the more I had really started to contemplate like the clones and all this, I feel like I might try to get with, I'd like to have that conversation with you guys, and I feel like it's time for me to put together to reactivate my clone site, and give people either a segue, link, whatever the case may be. I feel like this has given me more clarity on, when I tried to do it a long time ago, it just wasn't, the timing wasn't right. I feel like now I'm in a way better position with a lot of the breeders that I talk to, these guys, other breeders as well, to probably try to reactivate the clone site and give all these guys, the options that are available to them. So, but I'm looking forward to that conversation.
It's best to observe the moving parts as it comes together. We're in our infancy, and we'll all know more. There'll be more discovery as it's moving forward. But I will say the first drop's been a success, and everybody's happy. See a lot of good feedback, and I like the fact that it's a very diverse cast. There's a lot of people like myself that don't have a huge amount of followers, but Steve did a great job, I think, handpicking the group and picking each person that had an individual skill set to make more of a sum of the parts, really. And I like the fact that, some of us will help each other to get more followers, and then more synergy, and then the whole thing builds organically. I like it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really, I saw the pricing on it. I saw some of the lists that they released already. You really can't go wrong. I mean, the pricing was really, really fair. And, as we spoke about earlier, the zero, F-Zero, basically they're exactly what they are. They're not worked. They're original, they're the original, like the GMO, like he said, that's the original GMO. There's not many places you can go that, verified. I should use that word, I guess,
Yeah, with that comes peace of mind, because none of those guys are going to let anything wonky pass through. I mean, everything is rigorously vetted, to say the least. The provenance, nomenclature on everything has to be ass tight. So I think there's something to be said for somebody to be able to get a Chem 91 cut, know it's the official slip, with the advent of being viroid free, you know.
Yeah, it's huge. That's a huge part of it right now. That was the issue I ran into, back then, was that was becoming a thing more so. And that's what people want now. They want to have that certificate. They want to know that it's clean, and I don't blame them. So I was just looking at the question. So are you gonna offer more femmes in the future? Was the question?
More what was it? More
Femmes.
femmes. Yes, I'm planning on femming the super skunk stock I have, and it'll probably be a restock of candy runts, and I'm open to a few other items. People seem to like them, and I think it's always good to diversify, so you can meet every end user's criteria. I think is important.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about really whatever you want to talk about. This is your hour. We could talk about whatever you want. We could talk about what you got coming up. We could talk a little bit more about Grateful Head. We could talk about shit, whatever you want to talk about. And I just want to know, everybody out there, if you guys have questions. So if anybody doesn't know who this is, introduce yourself real quick. I'm pretty sure.
Hey everybody. Marcus Aurelius 95 on IG, Golden Road Seco on IG, and I make dank beans, or I'd like to think anyway.
Yeah, I like that too. That was like a Trey thing, bro.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Trey. I play the guitar. That's what that reminded me of for some reason, dude. Let's go. Hell yeah. Shit.
So new things. I did probably 7 or 8 outcrosses with my old stock sour bubble male, and I think moving forward in the future, I'm going to be working those F gens and keeping that moving. But there's not going to be any more outcrosses with that male. And right now, I'm focusing on this old stock Sensi Seed Super Skunk R&D thing, and that's going to be really, really time consuming. I'm in testing now, and I'm hoping to get some outcrosses done in the near future, and some femmes. And those are looking spot on. I'm pretty excited about them. So there's a lot of R&D involved.
I see. How about Danger Fruits? I'm not sure. I think that's a friend of yours. Danger Fruits.
Yeah, that was Tangy Skittles times Sour Bubble. And we did have those in stock. I'm currently out of stock, and looks like I'll be making F2s of those in the near future. I would say they will be around and available probably midsummer to end of summer for lead time there.
Good evening to my Canadian friends out there, or should I say enemies. Good evening to all my Canadian enemies out there. Hey. Yo. Canada's weird, bro.
The old Bob and Doug McKenzie show. You remember that?
Yeah, they fucked my whole finger up. It's this weird whole thing between me and this guy. I'm like anti-Canada anymore. Yeah, anti-Canada. Like, you've seen The Simpsons. Blame Canada. I blame Canada for everything now. And they have no mouth, so it's like, I mean, shit. I might as well talk shit about Canada, right? Might as well.
I find my minimal travels there, some of them are rude, more so than here. But God, man, AAA's and Beasters mortgage many a home for me in PA. So say what you want, man. Those AAA's were moneymakers.
Yeah, but like we had the BC that was good. Then they switched it up on us. They switched it up and it became the
bait and
Beasters.
switch.
That's what they did. They fucked us all up, man. I mean, a lot. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And then
you
then you get the packs that would look good in the bag, and when you open it up, it's been like tumbled 10 times. There's like no frost on it. They keep them a
Exactly.
little. But
What do we got? Tim. So hey, Marcus, it's Tim Psych
hey
Fraud
Tim,
from Buck.
man, Bucks County 215 in the house. What's up, dude? Good to see you.
Oh yeah. Let's go. What else do we have? Hey, yeah. If you guys have any questions at all, I know we put some stuff on the site. Marcus has you guys can DM him over some of the stuff. If you guys have any questions, we could totally go over that stuff again as well.
I do have a preliminary list of tissue culture clones, and it might be subject to change, add or subtract, but I think it's the basic list that are going to be available. And I'm introducing the plant material mid-January, so they're going to go through the whole TC thing, and then whatever that lead time is going to be, and they're going to be available. I'm going to be excited to drop them. So far, you got to bear with me. I don't have my readers on. The rudimentary list looks like some of the OG Rascal collection of cuts that I'd gotten from him when he did like a limited drop in his Instagram story. And sadly, I don't see his IG pages went by the wayside with all the IG crackdowns. I'm sorry to see. So anyway, that being said, it looks like Rascal's Lemon OG, the Real Deal Wi-Fi 43, Wi-Fi 3, and then a Philly cut that my buddy Philly Roger hunted that we just call the Roger cut, that's different than a lot of the circulated cuts. Lavender, Soma's Lavender, which a lot of people are going to be super stoked to have that. I can't wait to get a tissue culture cutting of it. Master Sage, which is a pheno I hunted from some of Adam Dunn's stock that was gifted to me, and that is original Sage times the 93 Master Kush cut that won the Cannabis Cup. It's like the 93 or 94 cut. So that's going to be available. 90s Pot of Gold, which is a Flying Dutchman Amsterdam strain, which is Hindu Kush times Skunk 1. Cookie Puss, which is a banger sour cut, times a bag seed male that was found in one of Cookie's first Cali drops that was a proven stud. Oregon Kids Banana OG, my sour cut. The Strawberry Cream pheno, which was one of Bog's favorite phenotypes of sour strawberry kush. Cinderella 99 from 1999. And Lucky Lime from the sadly deceased Useful Seed Company, just passed recently, and that's the short list.
Okay, I mean you gotta you gotta put an ad together with like Prince's 1999 on that. I don't know, it's got to be. I could just see it.
Yep.
Yeah. What's his name again? What's the dude's name? The Mr. Soul, Mr. Soul, Mr. Soul, Mr. Soul, Mr. Soul.
Yeah.
I don't know. My head goes crazy. So yeah.
I like some of the new flavors, man. I do. I really do. But just for me personally, and fortunately, some other people like some of the same things. I just feel medicinally, even if they don't test higher, they hit different. Like some of these OGs test in the low 20s or even lower than that, and they hit harder for me. But the thing I'm realizing later in life is each person's endocannabis system is as unique to them as a footprint or a snowflake. So something that may be great for someone someone might hate it. Like Trainwreck, it's beautiful weed. It's high-end weed as hell, but that stuff's got me doing the window dance. I'm peeking and shit. I hear helicopters. I'm triggered. So it's not fun for me. But someone else, it might be like they're Ritalin for them, and they love it. It's as unique to each individual. That's why someone's like, that's boof, that's a hype cut. It might not be for the guy next to you, because the way he and his body interprets is unique to him.
everybody is different, that's for sure. But um, yeah, it's crazy. Like what I like isn't necessarily, I will pick out drops specifically because I'm like, oh, this is good, And then I'll have people that I'll leave stuff off and they'll be like, yo, I wanted and I'm like, okay. And that has happened so many times at this point that I just realized that we are all so much different, obviously. But our tastes, like especially when it comes to cannabis, man, I see people in Michigan that love like the super booth, like that is the fucking rage, all the rage. Every rosin producer wants super booth, and every fucking rosin producer has their own pheno super booth. But to me, it's just wild because that's not what I like. I want gassy, I want sour, I want chem. I like some of the fruit, but I don't really, I don't know. I don't really like. There's some good fruit out there. Don't get me wrong. I
Oh
like the
yeah, yeah.
blueberry. I'm just not a big fan of like the tangy. I mean, the super boot, which has the tangy. I'm just not a huge fan. I don't know. It's pretty wild to me. But that's like food. Being a chef, I will definitely kill everything I cook. It doesn't mean that I'm going to eat it. I can cook shit that I will never eat,
That's the
and
curse of the
kill it.
chef. People that are
You
generally
know,
gifted in the culinary sense don't want to eat
yeah,
what they're making, I found. And that's sad because they took all that time and effort and then people are like, "What are you doing? You're not going to eat?" And you're like, "No, I'm good." But I think
yeah,
you,
no.
you get the enjoyment of caring for people and being Italian, that's how we love. We love through the food.
Oh, I just had a conversation with somebody that I happened to be talking to right before this. They might be in here or not, but that came up. The Italian thing came up, and yeah, we
We're
do love
huggers.
food.
We're emotional people. We're hot, fiery, passionate people by nature. But that's how, and a lot of other
Yeah,
cultures are the same way. We show our love through food. That's where you. That's the sacred spot is the dinner table. You know.
facts, man. And yeah, an Italian Scorpio, so it goes deep. It goes deep. The
Oh,
passion
I
is
keep
there.
forgetting you're a Scorpio too, man. Damn, we if we ever go out somewhere, people listening should put aside bail money.
Oh shit, that's right.
No,
Um,
I'm a much calmer, gentler version of my prior self, I must say.
I have definitely learned my lesson. I
Yeah, and
am
I don't,
very
and I,
mindful.
yeah, orange
Yeah,
doesn't flatter me either. So you know,
not even a little bit. Definitely not orange, red, blue, beige. Yeah, you know, definitely not.
one thing
Anybody
I'll
that's
say about Oklahoma that we absolutely hate is it's a food desert here. So I had my homie put me together this steamer package it was huge, dude. It had like it had oysters in it. It had shrimp, and it was this big thing that you cook. It's all in there. It was like the best gift we ever got because the food here, man. I can only do fried chicken so much and beef. There's like a lack of high end culinary stuff like the East Coast. We're spoiled.
yeah. I mean, we are,
And the
obviously
other
Philly.
thing, dude, you need a repair here, dude. I'm like ready to send smoke signals and shit. You know, the old tin can with the string, because it took 3 years to find a good HVAC guy here, and it took equally as long to get our electrician. So we got it made back east. It's instant gratification. Every jabroni and their brother is an HVAC guy or something, and they're all right there. They're quick. They got references. They got all that. Here, it's like crickets chirping. You know, you hear that sound you hear in the old Clint Eastwood movies.
um, let me see. You guys got any questions? I'm trying to go through them. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, like, listen, we are here to talk about, cannabis and the clones. I mean, we could talk about whatever, like I said. But I feel like this is a really good opportunity for you guys that are in here that might be new growers or might have questions. This guy right here, organic, like all the questions you guys have, this is a really good time to ask. So, and whatever it is, I feel like I really try to focus on new growers, but we all have different ways. We all have different, styles. So this is just a good opportunity for you guys to ask any questions that you want, really, to somebody that can give you some really good answers. So the clone combo is compelling. That's awesome to get some good stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to talk about, Grateful Heads a little bit more, tell them who's involved with it. I feel like that will go a long way too. What the drop was, around pricing, where they can go. I feel like those are all things that people in here might not really know about yet. There might be a few that do, but I think it's a really, wonderful thing what they're doing.
If
And
anybody wants to find out, and out of respect for you, I don't necessarily need to bring up the other seed bank. They can go to Craft Medical and find out where the drop was. And that's Craft Medical on IG or the Grateful Heads Instagram page, and you can find out that stuff. And Steve is very helpful. Consists of Kevin Jodry, Dutch Blooms, Steve from Craft Medical, myself, and about 15 other talented breeders. And I can't remember them all because I've been sick for about a week. I definitely have some brain fog here. I'm just feeling better. So you can check all them out at Grateful Heads LLC or Craft Medical. Their price for the working man with that, I guess, $250 a cut for the majority, not all, is the pricing. It's not including shipping, but price for the working man. And a little bit about the company is we're a bootstrap company. We don't have any big corporate lenders or anything like that. That made it appealing, and really an honor. I'm still processing actually that I'm part of that.
will the lemon juice be available for your Christmas sale?
The seeds are drying now. I like a 10-day dry back with desiccant in a climate controlled area. And then I like another week or two for stratification of the seeds. I find that my germ rates are way higher after I dry them to put them at a colder temperature for a week or two before I release them. So I'd say realistically 3 weeks to a month max before they'll be ready to go and can do all the germ tests and the things we need to do to get them out there.
Let's go. Listen, I'm not answering any questions from you guys on Instagram. I'm not doing it. So I will tell you this. If you guys have any questions on Instagram, I don't see them pop up on my screen. I say this every week. I see a couple questions on there, but if you guys come over to YouTube, I'd be happy to answer your guys' questions. How about that? Because it's yeah. I don't think you guys realize we're not seeing you guys on Instagram. I can see YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram we're on, but I'm not seeing you guys like I'm seeing everybody else. We're just sort of on Instagram. So if you guys have questions, come to the YouTube. There's a link in my bio. Click on the link, come to the YouTube. And we have about 50 people in here right now. I see there's about 10 people over on Instagram. You guys come on over here. I will come back over to Instagram after we're done and have Josh come on and probably finish it out on Instagram tonight. Only because Josh can't figure out how to get on here. So we'll probably figure it out there. But
They still got you doing that. They still messing with you over there. I'm starting to get posts deleted and all. It's it's frightening where each thing before you push send, you're waiting to see that damn that screen come up. I don't review them. I was told if you review them, it makes it harder. I just ignore it. I stopped doing that shit. I'm hoping, man, Jan 1, when they make it age restricted, that all that has to stop because we got into it before. People are hurting out there. It's hurting a lot of people's livelihood, and these platforms have no regard or no empathy, and they're rich. It's disgusting. It's our plant.
It is insane that they legitimately make you feel like you are in kindergarten, and they could take away your lives, they could take away your posts, they could take away your whole page that you worked. It's not easy to gain 11,000, 12,000, 13, 15,000 followers. It's just not. And they could just take it away at the drop of a dime. And it is all over the plant, and it's legal. And what I do especially, we sell hemp seeds. I mean, this is what it is. Like, they fall underneath the 2018 Farm Bill. It is all completely legal. I have credit card processing. I have a company. I have, the whole nine. I pay fucking taxes, man. For them to be able to do that on a company that's legal is wild to me.
They do
I
it
have
because
seen
they can. They can tie shit up in litigation and sink you.
Right.
They're untouchable. And I mean, I never thought it would become evil. Like we didn't know, and they duped us all into there, and we were like, oh, this is great. Look, we're now sharing shit we used to hide, not knowing. It was like
Yeah.
leading the cattle to slaughter.
It's insane, dude. I have people that are like, you can't, I've had people in the past say, you have so many pages. How could it be? And it's like, bro, like, if you do what I do, what we do, you have got to have backup. You have got to have backups, because me losing big pages and like not knowing how to find people, that's why I have all these other pages. I'm trying the blue check mark. We'll see. Like, we'll see if it makes any kind of difference at all. And I'm very careful with what I post. I have a page that is specifically for flower. That's been, I'm gonna knock on wood, like that's been okay, just posting flower. But I put up pictures of flower, and either it's when the algorithm is new, updated, whatever it is, I've seen either me, dangerous organizations and individuals, my shit reporter for that. That's wild to me. I've also have friends like Third Coast. He has had post of flower reported as human trafficking, and he hit the button and they didn't give him his post back. So, it's just sort of wild, like it just is. And then you have haters out there that are just going to report that have nothing better to do with their lives, I guess.
But you post bestiality or public executions, you're good. You have nothing to worry about.
Like I have people that try to follow me, and I have made all my accounts private at this point, and I will look through them, bro, and you'll see like, it's not real, but they'll have like sheets of acid with fucking the next one's guns with like, white powder. We're just gonna say white powder, and you're like, yo, how does this shit fly? But like, we post a picture of flower and that shit's gone. It's fucking whack.
Nefarious characters and big ag and big pharma data mining for when it's declassified to Schedule 1 is my fear.
Yeah, we'll see about all that. That's a whole thing that,
Well, good. Let them do it then, man. The black market's always booming. It always will be. There's a lot of high-profile people, a lot of professional people that want quality herb, but they don't want to be seen at a dispo. They want something discreet. There'll always be an ask for that seat.
Hey, I'm with it, man. You know where I'm at, especially right now here. Eventually I will move out of here pretty soon. Well, I'm definitely going somewhere warm. It's just still a matter of where and a matter of when. But right now, to be in Pennsylvania compared to all these other states, I don't think that people, like you got California that has been a shit show for a while now. Let's just be real. The prices, like all that is all direct relation to the rec program. You got Michigan, that is the same shit's happening there. And I'm not anti a rec program, and I would love to be able to grow, but there's also that side of it that if you fucking, the black market thrives. The black market thrives. Like, we're surrounded by places that you have rec programs, yet in this state itself, you can't grow. There's no rec program. There is a medical program, but just saying, the black market thrives here. I can never go to Michigan or California or some of these other states where you can grow legally, which I'm cool. Obviously I want that, but you already see what the prices, you can't really survive. Like, once that starts to happen, like I see in Michigan for sure, these dudes are struggling. Like, you are not thriving. You are just like getting by, because that's just what happens. It seems like that's what happens. I mean, I don't know about Oklahoma. It seems like it's probably pretty much the same there. What units cost compared to what they used to, compared to a state like this, what you can get here compared to there. I'm cool with it being the way that it is, I guess, is the point of all that,
Yeah, man. And from what I hear whispering around the corner, sours, good sours, and hazes in the right circles, you're still getting 3 a unit. That's more than beer money. Saying. Yeah, it's more than beer
you go
money.
To Michigan, you can't get more than like 12, and that's for like And that's crazy. That's what we used to pay for a quarter pound. Now it's like 12 for a unit, 1,000, 800, 500. It's wild to me. So, I'm totally cool with it being the way that it is here. I think a medical program is a good thing to have in your state. Once your rec programs hit, you already know what's coming after because we've seen it in other states. We know what's going to happen. It's inevitable. It really is. It's inevitable. So,
It's a
all right.
commonwealth. It's a commonwealth, man. You're always going to have the lobbyists there ruining things once they start to get groovy. I mean, you're already landlocked by grooviness. Every state's PA.
He says grooviness. Let's go. I mean, think about it though. PA, you know as well as I do. When every other state, this is just goes to show like how Pennsylvania is behind. The speed limit on the turnpike was 55 miles an hour, while every other state was 65. It's just a Commonwealth. It's just a Pennsylvania thing. Eventually they'll follow suit, and they will eventually. But I'm not. I don't mind the black market. That's all. I really don't at all.
I think we got a question here.
Yeah. What's your favorite strain you made and why?
Man, that's hard because I like to switch it up. But lately, we sold out of them very fast. But the Sour Dub 2.0 just slaps hard, man. That's my go-to. And why? Having a high tolerance, it hits my sweet spot. Like 3 big bong rips, and I'm good for hours with that smoke. And the Chem sour bubble pairing, I'd say it's a toss up for those two, but I like them all for different reasons. But those I would say are my favorite in rotation late. Yeah, I miss Bucks County, man. That was a magical era before the state police came in Upper Bucks County, man. We had free reign of cornfields. I was putting 300 to 500 plants in the corn. The farmers were making more money letting me use their fields. There wasn't overhead surveillance than they'd make by the milk and the dairy products. They get a check every November. So it was, yeah, groovy is a word that comes to mind. It was like Candyland. It was just music festivals, weed, repeat, and no hassles, no cops. And I remember the one year in 2005, the state police came, and that's when things changed real quick because they had the infrared FLIR. Found out real quick what that was.
That's what happened in Florida too. Like we were always, I moved out of here. I moved out of here right when I graduated. Within a year or two, within a year, really, I moved right to South Florida. So, we were doing that down there. I was in Broward.
Dude, the roofs down there look like Chernobyl. They could find the traps real quick. One pass.
And that's why we started to move into like Okeechobee County. Like we would go up North Palm Beach at that point and had, houses up there. But in Broward itself, through that time, it was just so much stress, bro, because you'd see you knew exactly what they were there for because they made it known. You had cops going on, and I mean cops like a television show where, it became like a police county where these dudes were coming around and like, they would just drive around in riot gear, basically. Like they look like the military. They didn't look like Philadelphia cops. Like they don't give a fuck, bro. You could walk up to a Philadelphia, whatever. Totally different mindset down there in Florida. And it became like, listen, if I lived up here, I would have never fucking gone to jail. I would have never gotten in trouble for any of the shit I got in trouble for. But down there, it was just different, bro. If you got caught with a seed, it didn't matter. You were going to jail. If you got caught with a roach in your ashtray.
You left Northeast Philly and migrated down to Florida. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I totally did. But you would get pulled over, and these cops were like on it, like they would pull you over for anything. And literally, bro, if you had a roach that might have fallen in the seat that you didn't know was underneath the fucking mat, you were going to jail. It wasn't like here where they would just throw it away or not give a shit. Like they were looking for something, they were just always looking for something to fucking throw you in jail for. That's exactly what they were.
Such a benign plant generates it's demonized. Like how can you go home and make love to your wife after like you fly over a crop of someone else's weed, you chop it and put it in the car? I mean, I'd do the walk of shame. What'd you do today? Well, I found a spot where somebody with more skill than I could ever do concealed this shit, and it smells really good too. I'm gonna chop it down and feel like a man. I mean, what the actual
Yo,
fuck?
and then come on, we could talk about like, yeah, that was what they did, bro. They like took the whole, you've seen the whole, I can't remember what they were called out in the Humboldt. Like that was like the beginning of the helicopter
Camp,
searches and all that.
camp campaign against
So
marijuana
camp,
planting. Yeah.
and then that shit really did spread through the country because the cops saw they were doing that, the infrared, all that shit, especially in fucking Florida, bro. Especially in Florida because they had the ghetto birds. That's what we would call them. They were the ghetto birds. You hear it and you fucking would just, like hold your breath. It would be like very stressful. So,
Dude, I just thought of the funniest thing, and it's kind of not funny because it entailed me getting busted. But the first year, I had it all in the corn, and we're all sitting on the porch with the family, and we're watching the copters do grids, and my dad just looks at me. He's like, he gave me a dirty look. We knew then. So anyhow, at that time, I was using this black tar that's a really sticky salve, and I was putting that on the base of the stem to keep bugs from climbing up it. It was like literal tar, like pruning compound you would put on a broken ornamental tree or whatever. So I didn't show the cop where the plants were. They're like, we'll walk in there anyway. And there was about 8 of them, dude, and they're all jacked up meatheads walking into the family cornfield, right? So anyhow, you could hear them cursing, man. Apparently, when they were ripping the plants up, they weren't aware that all this tar was there. And they come out of the cornfield with like corn chaff and tar stuck to them. It looked like they were tar and feathered, cursing up a storm. My mom's a sweet old lady. She's like, oh, here, have some paper towels. And all these cops are on the porch, paper towels sticking to the tar. Oh, man. That actually happened.
oh yeah, I know we all have crazy stories, man. Crazy stories. Here, let me get to some of these questions. So,
Yeah.
can the F-Zeros be crossed with anything to the question? Could the F-Zeros be crossed with anything to them to eliminate the viroid? That way people can start from seed instead of having to start from clone.
That's a good question. Um, I honestly don't have the answer to that. That's a Steve question. I should know, and I actually appreciate that question being aired because I'll be equipped to have the right answer the next time that comes.
And yeah, I'm gonna try to see if we could do something with these guys. With we'll
Oh, it's
see. We'll see what we
happening.
can bring. Okay, so yeah, we'll have him on eventually over the next couple of weeks, I would say, and we'll be able to get way more into questions like that.
Yeah, that was a
All
great
right, Marcus,
question.
how do you store your seeds long term?
That's another great question. I've had excellent germination. Basically, you want to make sure that if they're fresh, the dry back is all there. If you're buying seed and trying to store them long term, the crisper bin in the lowest humidity setting in something that is dark that light doesn't get to, that's vacuum sealed, and then with desiccant or rice inside it, and you can store them long term. I'm not a fan of freezing them. I'm scared of freezing them. I know some people have good success with that, but the crisper bin in the lowest humidity setting, vac sealed with desiccant's what I do.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting some of your guys' stuff. I see the Instagram stuff, and yeah, it's crazy. It really is. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, I see all your guys' stuff now. No, PA doesn't suck, no. I see that. I don't believe that. PA doesn't suck. PA is actually beautiful, to be honest. PA is a beautiful fucking place. Luckily we have the ocean not far from us. We have the Pocono. We can go skiing. Yeah, I mean Philly's whatever, you know. Philly, they cleaned up too. Philly's not even that bad. I mean, yeah, I mean there's definitely like sections of Philly that are just third world. I don't know how else to say it, but they've cleaned up Center City. They've cleaned up a lot of Philly. You know, Philly's actually sort of really nice right now from what they've cleaned up. I've been to a lot of cities. Philly's one of the nicer cities. And I'm gonna leave that up there. Fuck cancer. You guys already know.
Oh yeah.
You guys that have been with me the last week, you know. And we will probably revisit that on Saturday night again, just so you guys are aware. Not gonna do it Friday, only because I know how Fridays go. But we have a bundle or two, just to let you guys know. Saturday night there will be a bundle or two that's going to go up. You guys are not going to want to miss it, and that is going to be for Sabrina. That'll probably be. We're going to try to wrap up, you know, all the extra stuff that people put up, some edibles, maybe some glass, the bundles, some rosin. That will be Saturday night. So you guys just, you know, be ready. Don't go waste your money somewhere else. I got some crazy deals for y'all Saturday night.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's going to go to her too. So win-win. All right, the legal growth states all have to be big growers to make money or very, very small. Being in the middle, yeah, agreed. 700 a QP there. 700 a QP? Where the hell are you at?
You're right.
Where do you live, bro? Shit. I mean, that's still decent money, you know, really. At this point, when you're talking 12 a unit, shit. You know, that's like, you must be in a, I don't know. That's cool. Our original pack of sour dove from, that's not who did the sour dove.
Nope.
Sour dove was
Sourdough.
Bog.
Yeah, sourdough
Right?
is sour diesel times bog sour bubble, and Gray Skull, the grower from Hawaii, found that cut.
Okay, so it was from Bog though, right? That's who bred it though.
Bog bred the sour bubble that makes up. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a one-off.
Bad Boys. Yep. Florida. Spaceships be hovering. Yo, you see that shit, dude? That is wild. Yeah, that is a thing. Yo, they're saying it's Iraq, I think. Iraq? I don't know. They're saying that's where these things are coming from. Yo, I don't know. I heard some shit today.
I've been
Yeah,
seeing that too, man. That's freaky.
it definitely is.
We'll never know the truth, not in our lifetime.
No. Well, I don't know. There's this guy, Hank. His name's Hank, you know. He was on with me the other night. He's from the East Coast. He's from Massachusetts. He swears he was in a UFO. They abducted him. So, I mean, maybe this did happen. And the crazy thing is, he like said he was probed. So I don't know, bro. Crazy, right? Hank, you're gonna be okay, buddy. I promise. You be okay. We love you, man.
Hopefully he's intact.
Bro, I grew up in Bucks on my neighbor's farm, over 200 plant. Got caught because some a-hole neighbor reported, but the cops just took what was left and burned it. And I was never arrested. It was 1981. Let's go. Okay.
An OG in the house.
That's right.
You got off easy, man.
Let's go. Spanish Casey. Definitely got off easy. Yeah, definitely be away for years. Paper
I don't have my readers on, but I see a hello.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through them. There's a bunch now. I mean, packs that are sealed and high humidity shouldn't be open. The beans can be stored properly. Yeah, you got to watch out for humidity and all that. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Raindrop in the motherfucking house. Do I ski? I totally ski. Ski, snowboard for sure. That's every town though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chad, I was talking cannabis laws here. Chad, I was talking cannabis laws here. Wait, what? Say what?
What laws?
Tino in the house. What's going down? What's going down? What's going down?
What's up? What's up?
Not the state as in Poconos. Oh, you're talking about the cannabis laws. No, they're not. Look, listen, it's the criminal. I'm gonna have to, like come back at you a tiny bit because I don't know. I live in Philadelphia, right? I purposely live in the city limits, so I know most of Pennsylvania is a certain way. But as long as you have a medical card, I mean, you can't grow, no. But hey, it's decriminalized. I feel like the whole country should follow suit to what the city of Philadelphia did. Decriminalized. The city of Philadelphia, in the city limits, it is decriminalized. Guess what? The whole fucking country should do that. So, yeah, Newark's not. Living there, 650 here. Oh, I'm sorry, right? I got it. Yeah. Just for clarification, F2s give me higher variation. I mean, that's not even. Yeah, you can. So he said, just for my own clarification, F2s will give me higher variation, but what will the F3s give me?
It depends on what traits you're selecting for that you want to see in the next generation. I love F2s because sometimes some hidden gems, I kind of view it as getting to the secret level of a video game or something, because sometimes you'll unlock these gems that you can't find. For example, made F3s of the lemon juice, which is super lemon haze times A5 Thai, and I found a broadleaf anomaly that reeked like Kush and didn't look like any of the other plants that I'd made selections of in that generation, and ended up being a keeper clone that I'm doing more R&D on. I mean, sometimes you'll find recessive mutant traits and undesirables, but yeah, the F2 gen is a valuable tool for me to find the hidden gems.
Yeah, the most open, and you get the most phenos. So refresh my memory on the lineage of the banana OG used in the banana burger.
Yeah, that's Banana OG from Oregon Kid crossed with Burgers and Beer from Adam from the ranch, and that is Mean Gene's Root Beer crossed with Donnie Burger. So you're looking at a 75 to 80-day plant max, and longer phenotypes. It dumps like a champ. That's for the washers. That Banana OG just is the truth for hash makers. Good outdoor
Facts, bro.
resistance too. And
No, the
they
banana
yield.
OG is dope. Yeah.
Yep.
I know Tino has the banana
And
OG
if
clone
folks
as well.
don't know what
Really
Banana
good.
OG is, Banana OG is the Sagarmatha seeds from Amsterdam, 6040 it was called, crossed with Ghost OG. That's the Banana OG. Props to
Let's
Oregon Kid.
go. Yeah, Philly is decriminalized, not the state. I know. All I'm saying is they should follow suit to Philly. I feel like that should be like when we talk about decriminalization and we talk about all that, it should be the perfect city for them to look at as an example, because you get a ticket, like that's it. Fuck everything, man. Just make it decriminalized and let us do what we do, and that's basically Philly for you in a nutshell. You're not gonna they're not gonna ever give you an issue for anything you're doing that has to do with cannabis. They're just not. If you're an asshole and you're smoking a joint and blowing in the cop's face, you might get a $25 ticket. Probably not. Probably not.
They still messing with boxes there? People doing the East-West dance? Is that still a thing? Not that
Yeah,
you
I'm just
know personally. I mean, you read it in the paper, that kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this dude's comment. This making people jump through hoops is wild. It's wild. We'll take that shit to Instagram. I'm not gonna talk about it on here because I'm just not. But trust me, that shit's coming. That shit's not over yet. Those that know what I'm talking about. That shit's not over yet. I don't care. It's just not. We were doing a really good thing, and I'm just gonna leave it at that for right now. So yeah, New Jersey, they have a rec program. I wouldn't say they are. Listen, for you to really believe that is sort of wild because go into a dispensary in New Jersey and look at the prices. You're gonna pay $100 for a gram of rosin when you can fucking go here and buy a gram of like the same rosin for $40 in the dispensary. You might have to have a medical card, but I think that's like I call cap on that. That's just not true. I don't believe that for a second.
That's
Only
that New
because they have a rec
Jersey's.
program. The rec
That's that.
program is shit.
It's that
Like
Sicilian
shit.
tax Jersey got on that weed.
Bro, it is insane. Like I've looked at the menus because obviously I was curious. Like, oh, I could go across the bridge. I let my card expire because I don't fucking care anymore. I'm never going to the dispensary anymore. I'm just not. So I did have one for a while, but I was curious and I looked at the menu and I'm like, yo, that is insanity what they're trying to charge in those dispensaries because the rec program in Jersey. So I'm not sure they're far ahead of PA. I don't believe that at all, actually.
What's
I
the
think PA is
quality
way,
like? I shouldn't even ask.
yeah, I feel like PA is way ahead of New Jersey. We just don't have a rec program. But the pricing, the options, like, yo, go look at the New Jersey menu also. You got like fucking 5, 10 options. It's wild, bro. You'd be like, that's the whole fucking menu? Go look at a dispensary in Philly. Bro, you have pages and pages and pages of options. And there are, hey, man, they grow, some of the companies do grow, like, I'm not going to call anybody by name, any of the companies by name, but there are definitely a few companies that if I want to spend $60 for an eighth, I know I can get some fucking fire.
Good. They're
Yeah.
far and few between, though.
Yeah. There's very few, but there's definitely, hey, man, you get $25 eighths that are actually like, whatever. I'm not with the dispensary and I won't ever shop there. But the reality is the PA medical program is there are some good processing growers out there. There are some shit ones too, and there's tons of them now, but there are some good ones. There
Good
are
to
some
hear.
decent ones for sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
F2,
I'm hoping they
yeah.
pass at least homegrown in PA.
Oh shit! I'm so far, so far behind. Let's go.
We're almost at 8. I don't know. Josh was gonna.
All right, get the most out of the phenos of the F2s. Yeah. Where's all the magic happens? The F2 and the F3 don't matter. I just got the Oregon Kid and I cut myself. Yeah, I got the Banana OG. Yeah, the Taffy. Yo, that shit is really good.
What was it? OG Laffy Taffy.
The Taffy. Yeah, I think he meant Banana OG Taffy. I think maybe. Yeah, that fucking Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
Straight banana. Yeah. What dude, bro? You're talking about growing? I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Listen, you can't grow in Jersey anyway. You can't grow in Jersey. It's not part of their program. So, yeah, it's not part of their program. You can't grow there. Shit, we're gonna grow no matter what, no matter where we are, regardless. You know
Pretty
what I mean?
much.
Yeah, you can't grow in fucking New Jersey, so you can't. Let's go. It's lax here. It's pretty lax here, is what it is. So let's go. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You can't have a medical card and own a gun. You know, you can't do that. You can't do both, which is sort of crazy to me because we are where we are at this point. But you cannot own a medical card and have a gun in this state.
But can
So
your
I think they're
wife?
trying to, huh?
Your wife can though.
Well, I guess is that. I mean, that makes sense that would be a thing. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, if
sense.
you want to keep some steel in your house, you get the medical card, and then you have your wife, and then she has that in a lockbox, and only she has the key to. Way around that.
Oh, let's go. I see Josh in here, bro.
We'll see. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can
Let's
hear you.
start. Let's see if I can get the video to work. Hmm.
Yeah, it is a stupid law. It is definitely a stupid law. There's no doubt about it.
There should be an icon that'll enable the camera that'll, and you may have to turn the camera around to forward face, front face.
I'm on my laptop currently. I'm not even seeing the camera icon right now. Oh, here it says stop cam, but that's not crossed out this time. No, I just stopped it. So that's.
I don't know why it won't turn your camera on. Like I don't get that.
The camera
man.
turned off. Okay.
Josh, do you have a smartphone? Because I would copy and paste that link, put it in your browser, and open it up on your smartphone. You might be better off than a laptop. Sometimes the laptop doesn't have enough juice.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Thanks. I'm going to log off of here and come in on the smartphone.
Josh, just copy and paste it, put it in the toolbar, press go, and then it'll give you a quick tutorial. You'll be right in.
All right. Thanks, brother. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Yep.
We will be here. We're waiting on you. Not going nowhere. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I hope they pass. I do want to come back, but getting older, man, I can't take the extremes anymore. And the cold's not good for my extremities.
No. What do you laugh for? Let's go. Twelve plants of your medical card. No. Yeah, no, you cannot grow in Jersey. You can't grow. So okay, in New York you can grow. New York you can grow. In New Jersey you cannot grow.
I
So
heard
they
upstate
passed
New
that.
York. I heard good things. People are just wilding out, and the worst they'll do is give you a $600 fine. You have 800 plants. They're just people wilding out up there.
That's sort of what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't even matter
I'm
where you
hearing.
are. You're gonna, you can do what you do no matter where you are. I think was my point. Oh, let's go. He did it. Oh,
There he is.
shit.
Yeah. Hey, Josh.
Yo, he finally made it. Let's go.
Oh man, this has been a journey.
Yo, go technology.
I'm gonna switch this lighting around too.
You can't be under the influence of alcohol and have a gun simultaneously. No shit. You can't do that anyway, bro. I'm talking about it with a medical card, though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They just won't. Yeah, you can't have one with a medical card, is what it is. Yep.
More government overreach. You gotta love it.
Let's go. What up, Carter? Yeah, he grows, but it's not, I'm just saying it is what it is, right? Well, it seems like everybody's coming through tonight. We got about 70 people in here right now. Shout out to everybody that came through. Trying to put all your guys' comments up there, man. I've been trying to keep up with them, to be honest, really. But we got Josh in the house now. I like having both these guys in at the same time. I'm going to see how long Marcus will stay. But we are going to totally get into it with Josh as well right now. Obviously, we didn't get Josh last week due to technical difficulties, but we got him tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Happy to finally be here.
Yeah, happy to have you. I'm gonna get us back on the Instagram real quick. Hold on. Let's go.
That's my wife's. That's my wife's stuff.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She loves butterflies. And
those are my wife's kind of too, but we both collect those.
Yeah, let's go.
Very Jerry. Very Jerry. I love it.
The pastel Jerry water art. Yeah, it's badass.
Hey, this is how we all like. Listen, we're all connected by the Grateful Dead, right?
Oh yeah.
We just are. All three of us. I mean, you got the Grateful Heads. I could bring that up because the Grateful Heads, obviously, grateful. Listen, so much is based around the Grateful Dead. We could do a whole live on that. Like, we can talk about. There's just so much we could talk about when it comes to cannabis. What we did, like the weed, the cannabis. Like, hey man, it's a huge part of the story. You got the Chem 90. All the chems, where they came from. You got DJ. For anybody that doesn't know, okay, first of all, I'm going to introduce Josh. Anybody that doesn't know who Josh is, this is Josh, Bluestar Seed Company. He works closely or has done a lot of stuff with DJ Short. So that even goes back to the Grateful Dead, where the blueberry was found, or at least in that era, that time frame, traveling with the dead, all that. So that being said, I am going to go back through some of these comments right here and let you guys talk. Let me see. Wait.
Yeah, the first time I smoked blueberry was in 1995 at my first Dead show at Deer Creek. I ran into a older friend from high school that had been touring with the Dead for a while, and he had a nug of blueberry and traded me for a couple of my extra second night tickets. So that's where I first experienced blueberry cannabis. Blew me away. There was living in Indiana at the time. There was, as a young kid, there was a lot of just brickweed, a lot of swag, Mexican. I was telling a friend the other day that up until I was about 16 or so, I would not smoke it. It just didn't interest me. It smelled like somebody's like body odor in their armpit or something. And my brother's a few years older than me, and him and his friends, we'd be cruising around together, and they reminded me that I would stick my head out the window while they were smoking weed. So I've came away since then, I guess.
Deadlaw
you
was
guys,
the internet for weed geeks before the internet, for sure.
100%, man. Listen, I would literally, I went out to New Year's at one point, and I had to call my cousin because he used to go to Amsterdam. He would bring back seeds. He would bring back, he would bring back all kinds of goodies, like in his shoe and his fucking secret pockets, all that, like pre the world, all that other, all the crazy shit that changed the world. Pre that, when I was young, he was obviously older than me, but he would go to Amsterdam and bring all that back. And then it became where I was a deadhead. He really loved Pink Floyd, so I turned him into like a deadhead, so to say. And it really had a lot to do with him coming to the shows and being able to walk around, and it being where he would be blown away. Like he would come off and be like, "Yo, I got like 40 different kinds of fucking bud, bro." And it was, how hard it was back then that we didn't have dispensaries. Like, you couldn't just go fucking to the dispensary and get some good weed. It wasn't like that, man. You had to call your boy up and wait weeks sometimes, days, weeks. Who knows how long it was going to take it to be garbage, right? That was the one place back then that was sort of like how events are today, where you can go to like a cannabis event and look. That's how Dead shows work. You didn't know what you were going to find, but you were going to find fucking 10, 15, 20 different kinds of like the best weed that was in the whole fucking country at that moment in time. You were finding at a Grateful Dead show, hands down. There was no question about it.
Eddie's.
And I fell in love with it. I just did. Like I fell in love with it, man. You just said, you guys, humble, Mendo. Then it was like dank, like, well, those were the days. I miss that shit, I really do. There was just such good weed back then. I mean, we have decent weed now, but I'd argue with anybody that says weed is better today than it was then. I'd argue with you that fact. I don't believe
100%.
it.
Maybe a little more bottlenecked today.
The 100%, no doubt about it. I mean, then I have guys like you guys. You got like Josh who works. Has done a lot of the stuff. I think you've done a lot of the selections, or work with a lot of DJs' work. So you have some of the older. I try to bring you guys on that have the older, genetics that people are looking for. The hype stuff is cool. I work with companies that have that as well. But I have tried to go above and beyond and bring people like you guys to the site where, if you're looking for, you helped me, you connected me with DJ. We obviously put the, some drops. It's been a minute. But the DJ Short Blueberry, all that stuff. And Josh works with all his stuff and has crossed that and the Death Star and all the stuff you guys are looking for. Between these two, they have a lot of that, like the Sour Bog or the Sour Bubble, like stuff like that. You got Mark has, you got Josh that has all these blueberry crosses with Death Star and just super fire. And you guys need to be aware of what's on the site and who these guys are, because these guys have been doing it a very long time. And I'm gonna go as far as to call them the OGs at this point. These two guys right here, they the OGs.
I guess we're getting up there.
I'm just saying.
That's validating.
Like, that's real. That's real. It really is. So,
yeah, Mark and I have a lot of similar interests. Come up around a similar time frame. I think he might have a couple more years on me. I'm not sure. But I started around 94, 95, going to the dead shows, finding kind bud, finding a few seeds in there, growing them out, having some good herbs, some good Indiana green at that point, growing in the cornfield ditches. Then I had some friends that around that same time, 94, 95, that went to Amsterdam, and I gave them some money, and they loaded up some seeds in like corrugated cardboard or something, the sneaky way to get it back home. So Mark and I kind of have a lot of interest in those same Dutch genetics from that time frame, like Pearl. I know we're both Pearl fans. Both doing a little Pearl work. I've had an old silver Pearl line since '95, and recently grabbed a hold of an old cut of early Pearl and been sharing that around and doing a little work with that back to an old skunk line. And I think seen you've been posting recently about some super skunk work you're doing.
Yeah, I'm really excited about them. That was I got a random DM from somebody who I was familiar with. I'd seen them post, and he said, "Hey, you'd probably do some good things with these." I was pretty much in shock. They were in a still sealed pack, and I managed to. I kind of was nervous about not using embryo rescue on them initially, and I went full hippie. I had a gut instinct to not do anything special, no embryo rescue, no gibberellic acid or anything. And I went on the moon chart, planted them on descending moon in rainwater, and I ended up getting 8 plants, five males and 3 beautiful females that are about week 10 into flower, and I cloned everything. But realistically, it's well over a year out before anybody sees any of them, because as you know, you test. And I try to be transparent with all the breedings, and I'll post them even if they fail. I'll post the male that I choose. I'll post the test results, because it's important in this day and age to be transparent, I think. Yeah, I'm excited about them, and they have the same leaf morphology. They have the same non-hollow stems. Early on, they have the same structure, and stem rubs are dead nuts on. I have a weird overactive olfactory sense, and I can retain memory from something. And I know you can relate, Josh, certain smells of certain weed when you're at a dead show, and you're near like a certain group of people just by the odor of, like, going to upstate.
Yeah, that was me.
Upstate New
me bringing
York.
the super silver haze. You know, the haze that you would
Yeah.
smell. That was me
Yeah, yeah.
coming from Miami, bringing that to the dead shows. I'm dead serious, bro. Like I could be sitting there, yo, and like I'd be like, that's my weed right there. You know, like that's my weed, and I just. But smells in general brings you back and all that. But you know, especially like certain smells, you know, certain
It does.
smells, especially
It's a time
Yeah.
capsule. Certain strains that remind you of people's places and things, man. It really is, and they can trigger a flood of memories, you know. But yeah, for example, like Rochester Crew in upstate New York had a lot of upstate New York music festivals. I could
Shout
smell
out to
them.
Rochester. Oh
Yo,
shit,
yo,
you brought up Rochester.
The
Let's
Adirondack
go.
Gold was the shit. And I don't know where that is anymore. If anybody's holding a cut, man. But you could smell that crew at a music event when you got out of the car once you got near them because it was pungent, man. And I mean, yeah, I think there's certain different breeding aspects now that might have bottlenecked things, like Josh had said. I think maybe a lot of the medical impact that we were used to from these Dutch strains that Neville did, or you know, even Dutch Passion or the other banks. I think modern breeders that started to breed for hash maybe is where some of it was lost along the way, or bag appeal for that matter, because back then it didn't have to look like literally IG weed. No one cared. It was fire, it was dank, and you know, the best stuff didn't look amazing in a bag, you know.
Absolutely. So I think you nailed it with
Too, though.
What's that?
That did start to change. Like that blueberry, some of that bubble gum, that shit was like, visually appealing too, like beautiful. But yeah. I think pre that a little bit, like it really didn't matter what it looked like. But once we got into that where like I don't know, like especially that the blueberry bubble gum, you just were like, okay, this is it right here. And you start, the frostiness of it, like the bag appeal became a thing, sort of. Not like the purple, but you wanted something lime green, good structure. Like you could look in the bag and know right away back then. Now you can't. See, I think that's the difference between then and now. Back then, to visually see something that was beautiful, usually it was going to translate. Nowadays, it really doesn't. It means nothing now.
And the other difference is the majority of it was grown and bred under HPSs or outdoors, and you didn't have many options for newts. It was either general hydroponics. You'd have the big bulk bags of your guanos early on, and maybe earth juice, and there was age old back then, but that was it. You had three choices pretty much, and you grew under an HPS, metal halide.
Yeah, metal halide, both. And for me, it was building your own soil before there was build a soil. It was literally fucking going and buying back guano.
I forgot about those days.
Yeah, you had to go get the grow Bible and use high times, bro, and be like, okay, what the fuck can I do? Because you really, like that's what I did. That's what I did. Like we put together our own soils. We built our own soils back then.
I gotta laugh because I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking back then in some of these trap grows and the early grows, we had the creaky old ballast making all kinds of noise, and you're in a basement or an attic somewhere. We didn't have the climate controls and everything automated back then. I think I can remember more loads I can count on both hands with no dehu and no humidifier, and the weed was great.
Automation. I just have to say that's like humorous almost. Like we ended up with flood tables, and that was cool. But in the very beginning, it was the automation. Hell no, that wasn't even thought about. It just wasn't. Like you were hand watering. Yeah, that was automation right there. That was exactly what automation was. That right there. So.
And then you'd always want to be taking someone else's car to the grow shop. There was like that paranoia where we'll take the long way and make sure we're not being followed. We'll pull in and you have eyes in the back of your head,
Oh yeah.
That was the thing, man. They would profile those places hard.
Yeah, there's some major paranoia going to the old there was a Worm's Way shop down in Bloomington that we'd cruise down to. And we'd always park around back, and there was like a camera across the street, and it made everybody extremely paranoid.
I didn't know you were from Bloomington, man. Bloomington's a slept-on weed mecca, dude. There's a lot of heirloom genetics that are still being held there, including the bubblegum hails from Bloomington.
Yeah, I'm actually, I was actually north of there, around the Purdue area, actually. There was just no hydro shops close by back in the day. So literally it was like a 2-hour trip down to IU to Worms Way.
And the other funny thing I remember is when you would send your money to Europe or Canada, it's not like it was now. And then you'd wait a month, you'd be anxiously watching the mailbox, you know what I mean? And then like 3 weeks later to a month, you might get a letter or something, or you'll get your package. My things have changed.
All right, let's see. I want to try to get to some of these questions. I also want, I do want to talk about. I know Josh has a lot of stuff coming up. I wanted to definitely touch on that.
Yeah, I'll probably
sure.
hang out till 8:30. Josh got a lot of new exciting stuff. You all got to get to it. I'll jump off at 8:30 and you all do your thing. I just wanted to see your face and say happy holidays. It's been a wild ride because we were chatting a lot when we first got to Oklahoma, and I didn't have a clue. We didn't know what we were getting into. I got a quick education, and since then, man, it's been good to see your progress. I got to say.
You too, brother. Are you still in Oklahoma, or are you back? Are you back home?
We are still in Oklahoma, surviving here. I'm missing the East Coast. We were just talking about that a little bit, but with this new project with Grateful Head, I think it makes sense to not move because there's a lot of moving parts, and we got a lot of work to do. So I think we're gonna hang out here and see where that goes. But eventually, I'd love to be back to PA. The laws are still draconian there, and I definitely think the second I hit PA soil, I'm on some sort of Fed watch list. I'm not even kidding.
Oh yeah, I would take my time.
Yeah, I got
damn watch lists.
Yeah, I got 2 felonies there, man, and yeah, I want to come back, man, but I feel like things got to change before I can justify that risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do want to say to this guy that has a question up there, will you tell him what the Blueberry to Death Star is so he knows so he can go to the site and pick up something, or he can, we have the new drop coming up. But since that question is right there, he obviously doesn't know, and we need to let these people know what the Blueberry to Death Star is, or Death Star to Blueberry. I think it's reversed, but
yeah, I'll break it down. I'll break it down a little bit. So I use the Death Star as the mother control cut. I won't go into the long, detailed story about all the deep breeding that I did on it. But the cross is Death Star times Whitaker Blues. That's the male I used. Whitaker Blues is DJ's son's cross of an Oregon Indica staple clone called Quimby, crossed to DJ's F4 Blueberry stud. So that's the cross is Death Star times Whitaker Blues. I selected for the blueberry trait. I did a big male hunt and reversed a bunch of males and judged their traits. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I almost have to. So yeah, I did a big reversal hunt on the males, grew them as females, judged how they smelled, the trichome density and flower formation, and found some really killer males, and grew out a bunch of those and used the Death Star as the control cut. I crossed 10 different males to 10 different Death Star cuts individually, grew out each line separately, and then selected down and found a couple of just rock solid stellar males. Produced that pungent blueberry pie dessert wine, specifically what I call it. Some people just call it pure blueberry muffins. But it produced that grail of a blueberry that I was looking for. So that's what the Death Star times Whitaker Blues cross is. I call it Bluestar. And there's a few lines of it available. There's a male-female line called Grape Diesel Kush. It's an F2, so it's more of an open hunt, more of an open chemo type hunt. And then there's an S1 of my Pinnacle Bluestar mother that I call Mayberry, and it's really consistent on finding blueberry dominant excellent plants. But being an S1 of an F1, it provides the other side, the Death Star side. So there's the extreme skunk diesel and a main phenotype in between that goes towards like a honeymelon hash plant, but mainly skunk diesel and extreme blueberry from the Mayberry. There is a little bit of mutation in the Mayberry. Just 1 in 6 or 10 likes to grow a little funky. But a little more direct shot at the blueberry in the S1. And then on my new release, I've got a Bluestar back cross line where I took 4 F2s from a hunt of like 150 or 200 F2s from the Bluestar line and back crossed it to the Bluestar mother, and really started dialing in more vigor and consistency and still the strong blueberry pie phenos and the skunk diesel phenos and the hash plant phenos. So that's about where I'm at with my Bluestar. I've been doing it for about, I think 2014 or something like that. I've been working with it. I do a lot of sibling hunting and looking for a lot of the right parental combinations before I move forward or sideways.
Now, Josh, tell me,
Wait,
do you?
sideways?
I say sideways when I hunt other sibling crosses. That's what I mean by that.
So generally, when I'm hunting a male,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that drop first, unless I'm choosing a shorter flowering male for a project where I might want a shorter flowering time, I generally avoid those. Do you do similar when you select a male? Do you like the males that drop later?
Yeah, I mean, DJ is my mentor, so I really kind of favor a lot of his thoughts on these subjects. And he talks about early flowering males might get you early flowering offspring. I'm sure they certainly do, but you might run into auto flowering traits, semi-auto traits, to where you can't control your photo period. And as a breeder, I really like the potential of keeping breeding parents that I select around. So auto flower doesn't interest me for that reason. So yeah, for those reasons, I think the ones that drop, a little bit later might be a little more stable for the breeding program, I guess.
There you go. And on that note, gentlemen, happy holidays. I'm excited to be part of the give back. And Josh, it's a pleasure to see your face, man. Keep on doing God's work.
You too, brother. We'll catch up sometime soon.
Yes, sir. And thank you for having me again. Happy holidays, everybody. And thank everybody that tuned in. You all
Absolutely, brother. I
great holiday
appreciate you. I
season.
appreciate you. You brought up the Christmas giveaway. I appreciate you being part of that. Both of you guys actually will be part of the Christmas giveaway this year. And yeah, it's gonna be good, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna
Have a
talk a
good
little
one,
bit
y'all.
about that.
Keep it weird.
Peace.
Peace. See you guys.
Stay weird. Stay weird, bro.
Bye now.
Later. Peace. Yeah, for sure. So I will just touch on the Christmas giveaway for a second because it was brought up. We will be doing a Christmas giveaway. It'll be on Insta. Well, actually, my thoughts on it is it'll be across all the platforms. So we will do it on here, you guys. And if you guys weren't with us, this will be the 4th year I've done this. Josh has been on board, I'm pretty sure, at least the last couple of years. Marcus, this will be his 1st year on board. He might have been involved last year. I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically, you guys are going to get bundles of gear. We have everybody from Josh to Marcus to In-House to Tino, Sin City, Aficionado. There's a lot of people on the list. So make sure you guys go to my Instagram. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm trying to think of like the, UFO, 517. There's a lot of people that are going to be involved this year. More people are coming on. 808's definitely involved, bro. 808 is definitely going to be there. He's part of it. So, we have a lot of gear that is going to be given out to you guys in bundles. That's how I'm going to do it, like I did it last year. We're going to go probably 2 days straight, 22nd, 23rd, maybe the 24th. I know how long it usually takes. And all we're going to do is spin a wheel, have a good time, smoke, and give out bundles of seeds to you guys. Random bundles. You don't know what's going to be in it until you get it. It is Christmas. You call us all Secret Santas. You know, we all going to be your secret Santa. Everybody that's involved, because you just don't know what's going to be in the bundle, and that's what we're doing. So,
Oh yeah.
can't make it on YouTube to watch, but we are here supporting. I see you over there at 808. 808 heard his ear ringing. His ears ringing. He's on the Instagram. Oh shit. Let's go. Okay, let me see if we get to some of these. We touched on the Whitaker Blues, which is the Bluestar.
Yeah, we talked about my main cross. Can I talk about the new lines coming out?
Absolutely. That's what. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
get into the new lines. I'm gonna. You know what? You talk. I'm gonna try to put. Listen, when I see like this, there's a ton of stuff there. I'm trying to go through everybody's stuff. I'm just trying to throw stuff up on the screen. If I throw something up and take it down, just know it's just like just something that I'm just throwing up on the screen so people have an idea what I'm seeing in the questions and what we're talking about. But if there's any questions that I want to make sure that we get to, I'll either leave it up or I'll sort of interrupt and we can get to it. So let's talk about let's talk about it.
Delaney, if those seeds were stored in a cool, dark, dry environment, maybe they have a shot. If they're stored in a fridge, they have a better shot. But 98, that's pretty old, man. If they're stored just randomly in a room, like warm temps will zap them over time. But throw them in some soil or whatever your preferred method is, and see if you get lucky and get a few to pop. I've tried all kinds of different techniques for germinating old seeds, and get them sterile before you pop them, so some little germ can't wipe them out easily. But honestly, if the embryo is shot, I think they might take a lot longer. So if you could just be patient with them and see if they have enough energy to push out. But I've done a ton of experiments with like GA3 at different levels and all different kinds of beneficials, and honestly, I don't know that there's any recipe that really kicks ass that much, besides if you have a solid and tried and true germination method. So good luck, man. I hope they pop.
Yeah, let's go. I'm just throwing stuff up. Just talk about it. Like I said, don't even focus on it. I'm just sort of just throwing some random stuff up. If there's a question that has to do with something specific, I will definitely stop and we'll read it out. But let's talk about the upcoming drop and what you got going on.
Sweet. Yeah. So just getting ready to drop 7 new lines, with the focus being on my Bluestar back cross line I was talking about, called 4 Blue Stars. It's called that because I used 4 F2 Bluestar phenos back crossed to the Pinnacle Blueberry Pie dessert wine mother plant. That I consider like the matriarch of my line. Obviously, my company is Bluestar Seed Co. Besides that line, the other matriarch of this release is the Death Star back cross I did. So I took my Pinnacle Blueberry Bluestar Mother, which is a 50% Death Star hybrid, back to the original Death Star Mother. And I call those Mega Death Star, just to keep true to the lineage. And it basically reinforced the traits we love in the Death Star, which I consider it the skunky side of a diesel, heavy on the Afghan skunky influence, and heavy on the burnt rubber side. And there's
you want to touch on that real quick? What was was it the lime green Death Star or the darker one? I'm guessing it was the bright green one, if I remember right. It was the more skunky of the two. I'm just figured direct questions that have to do with what we're talking about.
There's only one Death Star cut.
Let's go. See,
being a little bit darker green for me, I guess I would call it. I don't know. I've grown it forever.
Let's go 808. All right, cool.
So Mega Death Star and 4 Blue Stars are like the matriarchs of the lines. They're kind of more of my breeding work, whereas I've got several outcrosses to some elite cuts that we've collected over over the last few years, and really enjoyed and thought they would pair well. So a few of those are the Sherbanger 22 cut, paired excellently with my Bluestar, and we call that Raspberry Pines. That's the main aroma and flavor profile. Heavy on the fuel side too. Great yielder. Medium to tall stretch plant. It's a gorgeous cross. And then let's see, that's the third one. I'm doing all this without some notes here. Bear with me. Blueberry lemon pound cake is a cross of the London pound cake number 75 cut to my Bluestar. All these lines I've had an opportunity to grow from seed, from clone, and outdoors, and I've had rosin made out of them. So the blueberry lemon pound cake, it's like being in like a pastry shop. It's like just straight sugar and sweet bakery smells. A little bit of lemon and blueberry influence on certain phenos. But the rosin was extremely excellent off that as well. It yielded a little over 4% for us, so we were really stoked about that cross. What else did I do?
So you do have washing, like you have an idea of the washing numbers on these, like, because I already know they're going to want to know. You know, obviously we're in an era right now where you have so many people. Listen, I ask this question all the time.
Yeah.
The majority of people right now, unless they're specifically growing for themselves in flower, which, you know, there are a lot of people that are growing for fresh frozen. So that's always going to be a huge question at this point. What's the best producer out of the new drop, rosin, you know, percentage wise, numbers wise?
We tested 12 and we had 6 above 4%, so we were over the moon. And so the 4 Bluestars had, I think, the biggest one at 4.4% of high quality rosin. And behind that, there was the blueberry lemon pound cake I was just mentioning. That's the London pound cake cross that yielded over 4%. Let's see, the third one was the Blues. That's a cross of the original Skittles to Bluestar. That's pretty outrageous cross. Unfortunately, that one I was shooting for probably a 3,000 to 5,000 seed harvest size plant, a little medium sized plant, and it only produced about 300 seeds. So I decided to do a release on the Blues line to where you could get it in the box set. So if you get all 7 new lines together in the box set, you get the Blues line included with it, basically, and that's the only way you're going to be able to get it, because I only released 200 of the 300 seeds or so. I'm going to save about another 100 for me to hunt through again. But just tested one plant that was a good quality for flower smoke, wasn't even selected for rosin, and it was over 4%.
Let's go.
We were stoked about that. And so that's the third one, over 4% from the new lines. Oh man, I wish I had some notes in front of me. I should have been a little more prepared.
No, you're good on top of your head. It's good, bro. This is how we do it on here. Organic, baby.
I'm getting there.
I have this one guy that he's out in Amsterdam and he wanted to have a whole conversation. And no, like disrespect. He just wanted to have a whole conversation about what are we going to talk about? What are we going to do? Can we talk? You know, I'm like, listen, man, I do this shit like off the rip, bro. I don't have a conversation with nobody beforehand. I don't know what's going to come up. The questions sort of determine the way the conversation goes, you know, I rather it be like that than it be like a prepared thing, you know, like whatever, you know, people can hit you in the DMs and you give them all that information. But, you know, I feel like it's the ones that pop off the top of your head are the ones that are fucking, you know, those are the standout ones. So I think it's a cool thing. Like when you get a question like that and you like know 1 or 2 right off the top of your head, you don't know them all. I mean, you know them all, but they're not, you know, those are the standout ones. Obviously, those are the standout ones. So I like that.
Yep. Oh, I remember the fourth one now that we're talking about it. I called it Zangria Azul. So it's a Zangria cross to my Bluestar. Zangria is a GSC cross to Skittles, I believe. Yeah, Skittles GSC. And those are excellent flower smokers. And we hit another 4% yielder out of there. Probably one of my favorite plants besides out of the 4 Blue Stars was out of that Zangria Azul. They really had some outrageous crazy keepers besides the blues. I mean, there was outrageous crazy keepers in all of them. But we found a showstopper out of the Zangria Azul for sure. So those were the high yielders for the rosin content out of the 6 or 7 new line release. And then we tested out a Schramm Star Cross. Not if you're familiar with the Schramm cut, it's an old classic cut of it's kind of questionable on the lineage on that side, but I think it's supposed to be Santa Marta Gold crossed to Romulan. Like a lemon lime, very sativa leaning, very elated, zippy, uplifting high. We took that and crossed that to Bluestar, and it stayed more sativa leaning on its expression, and was really unique, high quality flower to smoke. On the plant, I was toying with call it lemon skunk diesel because of its aroma and profile. But as it dried and cured, it got heavy sativa and haze and Jack Herer type vibes to it. So it got very, very complex. And growing it outdoors, we noticed that it was extremely oily to the touch. So great flower smoke, but we tested that outdoor plant and it yielded about 0.5% of rosin. So that one was not recommended for a rosin. Good to know.
Right.
Well,
that's good.
see, I think I got all the crosses in. 4 Blue Stars, Mega Dust Star, Schramm Star, Zangria Blues, Blueberry Lemon Pound Cake, the Blues, and then Raspberry Pines. Okay, yep. I've talked about all of them. Yep. And then all of those in a box set we're doing for $200 retail, which is basically you're getting 2 packs for free if you get the box set and you get the unreleased blues line. So that should be pretty exciting for people to get an opportunity to grow. Had a lot of people interested in the blues already. I wish I had more of it to release in single packs, but unfortunately, that's all we got out of it.
Okay, I'll have to talk to you. I think you sent me over the list on them. I don't know if the box sets were in there or not. We'll at least get the we'll get the single packs listed. If there's any box sets available, I'll try to get we can get them listed and I'll get a post up and all that. I know we haven't, like I said, we haven't had a chance to really talk too much beforehand. Mm-hmm. We tried last week, technical difficulties, but we're here, and that's what's going to be available. And I think it's also, listen, I love the blueberry. I talk shit on fruit stuff because I don't like the tangies and I don't like the the super boop, like all this shit that, like, you're in Michigan, man, you see it. I'm not sure what the whole, whatever the word I'm looking for, the love for the super boof and the rosin is wild to me. Like, I want yeah, blueberry gas. Now give me that, bro. Even if I have orange super boof or I have like that shit, that's what I want. The blueberry's fucking good. That's the fruit that I like. I don't like the lemon's okay. I mean, I like the lemon too. I'm not a fan of the orange. That's all. And that super boof is just like, I feel like it's so played out, especially in Michigan. I don't know I don't get it.
Yeah, it's got bag appeal. It grows well, it yields well, I guess. I mean, if you grow it pretty decent, it has some character to it, but it's not really for me. Doesn't really turn my head, I guess. But there's something for everybody.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we were saying earlier. Everybody has different tastes, but that right there, that sounds the whole drop sounds really good. Let me
Yeah,
see.
I'm
What do we
I'm
have?
pretty stoked with everything. Like I test everything thoroughly. Like I said, from seed, clone, multiple locations, outdoors. So I like to make sure that they perform well. And basically, I breed for flavor, effect, and aroma. Effect's most important, and if flavor and aroma, they drive the effect. And then obviously you're looking for good growing plants after that. But really, it comes down to it. You want it to be dank. I mean, I think the game's everyone wants to get 5 pounds of light or whatever or big nice yields, but
Yeah,
like
okay.
at the end of the day
Yeah.
here when we're going to be growing fields of it, that it's game over on the yields. Like you need something unique, and I mean, you only live so long, so like grow the best.
Definitely, I feel like yield should be the last thing people think about. I get in the commercial setting and
Yeah.
all that, but I mean, I think the people in here don't give a shit about yields. I mean, there might be a couple that are like, fuck that, Dark. I totally care about yields. I don't give a fuck about yields, bro. I want the best fucking quality flowers, period. That's it. Yields are like so far down the list, it means nothing to me.
Yeah,
And I
it just
believe
gets challenging when you got a lot of overhead and you're in the commercial market and you're competing with
right.
supply and demand, and it's hard to grow. It's hard for them guys to grow a crop over 56 freaking days and make it. It's
Yeah, the next guy coming in, he's gonna school you on 28 days, bro. He got the
all right. Love it.
I know you. Yeah, I see him in here already. He's chilling down there. He's still got about 15. You can hang out. We still got about 15 minutes with Josh, but yeah, he in Hawaii, man, microbes, all that. Yeah.
Sweet.
But I'm saying, dude, that's the thing. Like, if that's legit, like, and I'm just it's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But people like you, people that are in commercial facilities, bro, share those magical microbes, bro. Let's go.
So
This is
besides
real.
the,
I mean, I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious. If that was, a possibility, people would be fucking, you'd be a millionaire, no doubt about it. But in a commercial setting, yeah, of course. But I feel like a lot of, we have so many home growers in here, and for the people that are just coming in, and we're talking about the blueberry, I want you guys to know that Josh works with, or
Yep, that's
DJ
correct.
was his, right? DJ was your.
We work together. We're partners.
Okay, so DJ Short, as you guys know who DJ Short is, these guys are partners. Josh does a lot. I believe you do a lot of the selections recently for him and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, so basically he shares his breeding parents with me, and it lets me play with them and do out crosses and in crosses with them, and he'll share some of his breeding work with me to do R&D on, which basically means I'll just run it through the gamut, my testing program, indoors, outdoors, seed to clone to pictures and details on all the ratios of traits and stuff, and then we'll get together and it's he's got to smoke it for it to pass the test if he's interested in releasing it from that point or not. So so I'll help him test his stuff. I'll make my own crosses of some of his inlines and out crosses. That's what we do together, basically.
So yeah, facts, and that's why I want people to understand when we're talking about the blueberry here, we are talking about DJ Short's blueberry. We are talking about, him actually working hand in hand with DJ Short. And, if you guys are looking for blueberry strains, this is where you guys want to go. They're feminized. I believe these drops are femmes. There was a question actually. Wait, what was that question? There was something I think that let me see if I can get back.
That's the first time we've put DJ's breeding parents in feminized form. So the original feminized lines we released are the Family Blues V3, which is his 98 F4 blueberry, using my Bluestar Pinnacle Blueberry Pie Mother as the pollen donor. And then we also made a cross to his Flow, his 1991 F4 Flow Mother in feminized form, and one that he called G2, which is a grape crush phenotype. That is a really, really gorgeous cross as well. So those are out there and available. You might still have some of them. We've still got some of them to restock if needed. Some of them are sold out too.
I think I have something great. Yeah, you guys go to the site. I mean, there's stuff on the site. I might even have a box set left of the older stuff.
Yeah, that's actually the only way. Those box sets are the only way to get the Flowstar, which is the original 91 Flow feminized, and the grape juice cocktail is what we called that line, which is the Grape Crush Crust. Yep, and
Okay,
that crust is amazing.
This is actually another hippie, another deadhead right here. So William Rogers is the question. He's actually somebody I once. He's a friend of mine that put up a whole bunch of packs of deadheads. You might know, you guys. Hey, we all connected. So, but he wants to know, Josh, do you use floral for reversing males?
Yep. I sure do.
Care to speak about your regimen? Can I message you with questions? Thanks, Billy. And this is a personal friend of mine that I went to Dead and Company with. Fish, you know, the whole nine. He's a good, really good human being. So.
Bare bones Billy. All right. Yeah, brother. No problem. So off the top of my head, you might want to do a little research on this. I have to dig back for notes, but I got it off of Sam the Skunk Man's thread off like IC Mag, I think it was, back quite a while ago, talking about experimenting with it. And I think what we came up with was what worked for me was 750 parts per million every 5 days, sprayed with the lights off, like make sure it's completely dry before the lights come back on. So like I'd spray it, at lights off. And I think I did it like maybe day of flip to flower, and then like 3 or 4 more times till you start getting bud set. And if you're not going to smoke that shit, keep spraying it and let it form. But I had really good luck starting with clones and then pruning them up to the top 3 nodes, and just being able to spray that isolated area of a few nodes. And I got complete like football sized cola formation on the reversal. So that's how I had my best luck. Hope that helps you out. I think, by the way, if off the top of my head, I think it was like 20 milliliters a gallon maybe hits the 750 ppm, but do your homework on that.
I think you just did say, what did you say the bundles were going to be? Spook is another friend of mine right here. He wants to know what the estimated price on the bundle will be.
So the new box set number 2s, because there's an original box set as well. So the original box set are 9 seed feminized packs. There's 6 lines, so you're getting 54 guaranteed seeds, and they retail for $400. And then the new ones are box set number 2, and that's all the 7 new lines I just was talking about, with the 4 Bluestars, Mega Death Star, and the only way you can get the blues. That's a funny way to say it.
The only way you can get the blues. Yo, let's go. When are we going to karaoke?
7 packs at 4 seeds each are how these are packaged. That's the box set number 2. And those packs retail for $40. So that'd be like what, 7 times 40, $280 normally. But we're retailing them for $200. So it's like you're getting 2 packs free. So
okay, and is there enough box sets I can grab? I could get a couple of them probably. I know we haven't spoken about some.
Probably at least 5 or so. I'm trying to spread them out to everybody. Gets about 5, I think, because I've only got 50 of them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna point out, if you guys want, I will get 5 of them, and you already see what's on the bottom of the screen. Don't tell any other. We gotta keep that 15% off code between all of us right here. We don't want to upset any other seed banks or anything like that. But I'm gonna let y'all use that code. You see it at the bottom right there. Quit being a motherfucking hater. 15% off, man. We'll get those 5 box sets. You guys can scoop up that code, use the code, and I got you guys. So,
nice.
I feel like this is a really good thing to bring you on here, because there's 90 people here right now. I don't know how many people knew and understand, like Josh has been doing this a long time. Like we hung out, I went up to Hash Bash. I sat down with Josh and his wife and his girl, and we all had dinner. So this is somebody that I'm actually,
and Breeder's Ball. We got to eat some mushrooms and smoke some blueberry. Yeah.
We had a good time, man. We had a good time. That dinner that was good as fuck, bro. I had a really good time.
We went to Zingerman's, didn't we?
Yeah, we went. Yeah, right
Fuck
down the
yeah.
street from the hotel. That place was bomb, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Had a really good time. So
A buddy
me and
Scotch
Josh,
pudding.
really good time, really good human being, and
Thanks, brother.
this is why. Yeah, but this is why I just want for anybody that doesn't know now, you know exactly what kind of gear he's working with, and who doesn't want that old blueberry, man? Like this dude right here, the Death Star. This is why I like to do this. I feel like there has to be a bunch of you guys right now that are like, yo, I definitely need that. And his pricing is super fair. Like, what is the single packs again? I can't remember.
We're doing 4 seeds fun packs for $40 retail now, so people have a lot more flexibility to buy them without having to drop a couple hundred bones like I used to do back when I first started releasing stuff. It was a couple $100, but we wanted more people to have options for them. You can buy more packs if you want, but it's I think it's a really fair price for the quality tested genetics. And I've got a lot of things in the works.
That's good.
I've got some things that I just ran from seed. I'm working an old skunk line that's been a fun little passion project. I definitely got some strong skunk terpenes coming on. It's really dominant in the line now, but it's pretty hermaphroditic. So I'm gonna have to work that one a little bit further. But I did not cross to Chem D, and that's pretty stable. So we're gonna test it a couple more times. So 6 months to a year, if it works out, maybe it'll be out. But the skunk will be just a passion project to work forward. I crossed it to early pearl and a couple other things too. So that'll be something I'll be toying with in the future if it pans out. That's another project where I reversed that 89 skunk male that was really strong skunk flavor aroma, and made a male S1 line and tested that out. That was pretty fun. So when you cross a male back to itself, it produces male and female seeds. Turned out to be close to a 50-50 ratio, actually. I thought it was going to be a 75% male, but we found a lot of great solid skunk females to keep to breed forward. So that's got me pretty excited. And then coming into testing, I did a project where I've been working on trying to reverse DJ's blueberry, 98 blueberry female, where I've took a crack at it like 3 or 4 times, and it just really doesn't want to drop pollen. But the last time I did it, I ground up all the male flowers and meticulously spread them out over the female, and got 52 seeds. I got 52 seeds, and I grew all those 98 4 blueberry S1s out, and found some beautiful plants, and reversed one of those and had success making pretty good pollen, back crossing it to DJ's 98 mother. So we'll be testing out pure 98 blueberry S1 line here next couple weeks. I'll be popping them.
All right, let's go.
Bunch of killer outcrosses. We were talking about the bubblegum cut earlier, so I got a hold of the old Indiana bubblegum cut and crossed it to that blueberry feminized, the 98 blueberry. So I'm looking forward to that. Good. I crossed it also to the sweet pink grapefruit cut, the old breeder Steve cut.
Okay.
Which I think that cross back in the day to DJ's blueberry male was called Sweet Tooth, I think. So I'm looking forward to see how those turn out.
Wait, that was you? Who made the Sweet Tooth? That was you?
No. That was not me. I think that was breeder Steve, Spice of Life, I think.
I remember the Sweet Tooth. That's why I was curious.
So I believe it was his sweet pink grapefruit that he found basically in a pack of clones, I think was the story. And then DJ gave him some old blueberry sativa seeds, and he used a male from that. I believe that was the cross. So I got that cross to the feminized blueberry. And then I had a few old classics that I threw in the room for other outcrosses that we'll be testing out too. I think a couple of the of my favorite OG cuts and sour diesel cuts. There's probably a sativa or a haze or two in there too. So bunch of fun stuff coming up with the 98 blueberry reversal.
Someone wants to know if the Romulan was it the Romulan Joe cut of Romulan from Canada?
So that cut is you talking about the Schramm, I'm guessing. I don't have a Romulan cut. I had the Schramm cut, which is like
That's I got
across the
you.
Santa Maria Gold to Romulan.
Yeah, so that's already what it was. Yeah, the Schramm.
Yeah, and I can't tell you
Isn't that a
who.
haze? Wasn't that a
My
haze? I thought there must have been a haze that was mixed with that as well, like Schramm haze. I could be wrong. That's an older strain though, the Schramm. That's been around a long
Right.
time.
So yeah, that's like I said, Santa Maria Gold. So an old landrace sativa line, basically, crossed to the Romulan. Very kind of lemon lime spritzier kind of thing.
Yeah, Chem D the funk. Yeah, let's go.
Chem D. Yeah, I love some Chem D. So I did Chem D to that ancestral skunk, and I've got some killer offspring that I'm testing out. But I need to test it. I need to test it another time or two before I'm comfortable releasing it. But it's an excellent cross. Also, I think I did the Chem D to the 98 blueberry reversal just to see what's up with that. I mean, you can't go wrong with some blueberry chem.
Definitely not, bro. Blueberry chem is where it's at. Like that's blueberry chem, blueberry gas, like a candy gas with more blueberry. It just sounds delicious. It does. You know, I like all gas, but I fucking like the blueberry. The old blueberry is something special, man. You know, it is. Like when you release, you know, we did a 90s blues drop. That was, you know. I got what you want, Dark. I don't know what that is, bro. What you got? Let me know what that is. I don't even know what I want. Shit. You let me know. I mean, I know a couple things that I want. I can't always get what I want. I realize that in life, so I have to be patient. But you know what I mean? Patience is a virtue. So I'm a patient motherfucker. All right, Bluestar herbs, so damn terpy, throws major weight. Let's go. A real blueberry is a favorite as well. Absolutely. Got to give big thanks and a shout out to Josh for the pack I got from last year's Christmas give back. Okay, so there you go. Straight facts. Let's go. The whole block of the smoke when I'm smoking. It's when you're buying. Yep. Josh, you use floral. Wait, I think we already did this. Do you use floral for mal reverse? Oh, mal reversals. Wait, isn't that the same question?
I covered that in detail. Yeah.
That's what I thought. We already covered that. Okay. Can't wait to get the Bluestar box set. Let's go, Three Amigos. I got you covered.
Oh yeah.
I think I might two of them already. That looks like they're probably gone. Howdy from Old World. Let's go. How is the skunk project going? I think you touched on that a little bit. Did you guys find that skunk we're all looking for? Pheno Hunko good.
I mean, yeah, I've got some stable ones, but I need to prove them out. So we're on the second. I'm on the clone grow right now, basically, from the offspring testing that I've been doing. From the male S1 and the regular cross. I crossed the regular male to female from the 89 skunk and the male S1.
Okay, 808 or okay, that's 808.
And the Chem D times skunk is going to have some really skunky phenos, but the Chem's quite a bit different than skunk. You know that I've got them side by side. I haven't had real skunk in forever. It's been since like the early 2000s, maybe. So it's skunk's quite a bit different than just your pure diesels and chems. But I used to try to talk myself into thinking that they're pretty closely related. They might be related, but they're night and day difference on their aroma profiles.
That right there. There is, man. We trying to let this next generation in, bro. You know, we're trying to open the door and say, come on in, guys. We got y'all covered over here. You know, we're gonna let y'all know where good weed is and where you can find your good genetics to grow some fucking good weed. All right. That's our job, right? That's what
speaking of skunk, I got another one that throws some nice skunk phenos. I got Old Cut of Island Sweet Skunk that I crossed to my Bluestar and feminized. That'll probably be coming out in the next release. I've been working that one for a good year or so. I've put it through the gamut actually already, but soon. The Old Island Sweet Skunk.
All right, this old world says I would love to get you DJ's Vanilla Luna again with the variegated leaves, really nice smoke. So
I forgot about that. Well, good news for you, because I did a big ass project. DJ gave me a bunch of the last of the Vanilla Luna, and I think I grew out like 60 of them and did a big hunt and selected down to 5 females and a couple males. No, I just used 1 male for the cross. So it's a 5 female, 1 male line that's going to be coming out of pure Vanaluna F6. That'll be going into testing here in a week or two as well, with a bunch of killer out crosses in the Vanaluna mix as well.
let's go. So the answer to that question right there is you go to the post that's posted on Instagram where he's tagged and follow him. Really easy. The post that I put up that you guys, we'll do some kind of, at the end of the night, I'll try to make sure I don't forget, and we'll do a giveaway or two, or I'll use that Saturday. We'll figure it out. We'll figure the wheel out. But you can go to that post anyway, and there's a link. But it is Bluestar Seco.
Yep.
It's all one word.
Yep.
You guys give them a follow. What else? What else do we have? Let's see. There's been fire for years. There sure has. The universe provides through patience. I am a patient person, Tom. I'm more patient with some things than others. I've learned to be patient on certain things. You know, timing, all good things in all good time. I'm a big believer, but I'm patient. The Golden Triangle, let's go. Chilling about to dab some truffle cake. Oh, Sour Mids, the homie. I got some heavy skunk notes from Family Blues Pheno when I cut clones.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, actually, the Blueberry S1 had a little bit of skunkiness to it. It surprised me. There's definitely skunk in back in the Blueberry lineage, but that probably mainly comes from that Death Star side, where I call it the skunk diesel. It can throw off some pure skunk spray stuff. Although the Family Blues is pretty heavily dominant towards that kind of creamy blueberry. But you can get some fuely phenos and some skunky stuff coming out.
All right, cool. It looks like we pretty much just finished everybody's questions that really had a question at this point. I will let you guys know if you guys we'll take another, like, I know we're past the hour with him. He probably ready to dip. I think we've been here a little over an hour with him. But if you guys have any other questions, I'm going to give you guys, we'll stay here another 3 minutes, and then I've got 808's going to come in. But any other questions you guys have, let's go. Feel free to ask Josh. Obviously, I've been trying to get all your questions, throw your little comments up there. Everything I see, I've been trying to put up there. Absent-mindedly at some point, just throwing shit up there, but whatever. But yeah, any questions you guys have, this is the last chance you guys are going to get. The drop will be on. I will get the drop set up on the site. Today's Wednesday. I would say I'll get some posts up, and by Friday, if you guys want box sets, let me know. I think Spooky might want one. It was Michigan. Damn, who was it? Michigan. I know who you were. I don't know why I can't remember. I just remember the Michigan part right now, your screen name, but Three Amigos. It was Three Amigos, Michigan. So I got you. You guys just hit me up. How's the Josh D OG to the Blueberry coming along?
That's going to be one of the feminized crosses that I did to the 98 Blueberry Reversal project that'll be going into testing. So it's not coming along at all yet. It's made, and it'll be going into testing in about a week or two. I mean, depending on where I get it planted between the holidays here.
And
so
hey,
coming right up.
So I will tell you this from personal experience again, smoking on, I think it was what was it that you had at Breeders' Bow? That was some of the most blueberry, like real blueberry.
So that was a pheno of Mayberry, the Bluestar S1 that one of my friends that was local in the area there grew and found in a 6-pack or something like that. Yeah, he found 2 killer phenos. One was more of the melon OG, and that was the blueberry one. So he gave me a couple nugs of that, and that's what we smoked on.
And it was very blueberry, very fucking delicious.
Oh yeah.
Okay, any
Yeah,
ideas what blueberry strain were coming out of Humboldt in the early 2000s? I'm sure it was, I would assume it was that. I mean,
that'd be my
DJ.
guess. But I mean, there's probably more ways to get blueberry than DJ. But like, he spread
Yeah.
it spread pretty far and wide, and he was up in Oregon. So like, I don't know if they got his or if it was something else.
All right, real quick, what's up, Josh? It's Oh Wolfie, miss you, brother.
Hey, brother, nice to see you, or nice to hear you.
We got how stable did the Insta Blue come out?
In my testing, pretty stable.
I got the mob cut for you. That's Mike W.
All right, sweet.
Have you done a blueberry granddaddy purple cross?
No, but man, we just got and tested out, flowered out in a couple different rooms. The old GDP cut, I'm not positive. I think it's the Humboldt one. I'm not sure, but man, flavor, aroma, it is the best GDP I've ever had, and we're stoked about it. So it is going into some breeding rooms for sure. I'm not sure what we're going to hit it to. I mean, I love Bluestar on everything, but I like switching it up too. So we'll see what it gets used on. But yeah, GDP's in house, and she'll be put to something.
Thankful. I got to get with you too. I bring the Christmas giveaway. I got to get with everybody for the Christmas giveaway, man. We got to get everything figured out with everybody.
Yeah, I need to get
Josh,
you some of I'll get you some of this new gear. I'll throw down one of those box sets. Somebody will scoop one of those things too.
Let's go. Okay, Dark Rawlings grew that blueberry I gave you at Albany Fish. Gave you, bro. Let's go. Oh, that's who that was. And I know we smoke. Yeah, Mike was with us at Breeders' Ball. That's who one of these screen names is. He was with us at Breeders' Ball as well.
Oh, sweet.
All right, so listen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to let Josh go. I'm gonna pull 808 up in here. I see he's been waiting like 20 minutes now. You guys can both be in here together if you want to be in here for a minute or two, or you can go. But I will definitely want one or possible both box sets if you can hold a week or so. I still have one of the older box sets for sure. And yeah, I will just get with me in the DMs, man. Just get with me in the DMs. I'll get you guys covered. Not a problem. You got a big box to send to me. Oh, yeah. That's another person that's on board. I totally forgot. But I don't want to get sidetracked and start talking about the Christmas giveaway because I'll just go on the whole thing. So I think it's better just, as we say, bid adieu, bid you good night, all that good stuff. And I appreciate you for coming on, man. We'll definitely have this again. The hours fly by. Now that you know how to get your ass on here, finally, I think we
that
can
was
do
harder
this
than
again.
I thought it was going to be.
I know, bro. I'm glad we got it figured out. Tonight was a good night. It was really nice having both you guys on at the same time, especially because, Marcus is a really good human being. So are you. And
I love Mark. We had a little bit of history coming up into the commercial scene a little bit at the same time, so it was fun. He's a good dude.
He's a very good dude. He definitely is. So are you. So
it was a pleasure,
yeah.
Chad. Thanks for having me on,
brother.
buddy.
You got it, man. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you. I'll hit you up tomorrow, and we'll figure out we'll figure everything out. So,
all
right, cool.
Sounds
I will
good.
see you soon.
Peace.
All right,
Love
brother.
you all, guys. Take care.
All right, let's get 808 up in here. He ready to go. He's been sitting tight. Let me get us back on Instagram. I need 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
I gotta redo this every hour. And hold on. Yeah, it's sort of annoying. I have to redo this every time. So video, bam, bam. Man, it does that every time too. Hold on. I'm just gonna put Kauai. Duh. All right, let's get that in there. Bam, bam, bam. Right, copy. Put this in there. Yeah, I wish Instagram didn't suck so much, but sort of does suck so much.
Yeah, lately it definitely does.
These guys, man, they stuck on it, bro.
Just
They stuck on it.
hater. Right on, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up? For anybody that doesn't know who this guy is right here, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Wait, let me get us back on Instagram real quick. Go live. All right, we should be getting back on there right about now. Bam, there it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to, if you don't mind, okay, you introduce yourself. I just need like 2 seconds. Well,
Yeah, no.
I just really need to just get up. Oh, gotta shake them out, baby.
For quite kind seeds.
What's the matter? Let's go.
For real though.
All right, let's get
Which
introduce
one?
yourself. Who you are? Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know who you are, let them know who you are.
I'm Sebastian from Kauai Kind Seeds. I'm a breeder here in Hawaii. I've been growing for 30 years. I've been breeding for about 20 years. And I just opened my own seed bank and released some of my own lines.
So you guys have you guys have a really good reputation out there in Hawaii for organic grown, very, very, very good environment. I feel like everything you guys grow out in Hawaii, all the breeding that's done out there really comes through and shows. You have, obviously there's the other 808. You guys know Jake. He's probably in here right now. I know you guys have shared a lot of genetics, and you work with some of his. He probably is working with some of yours at this point as well. I know your dad, you're like second generation, right?
Locking up.
Huh?
It keeps freezing.
Oh, okay. It's not freezing on my, yeah, I can't see that, but
Yeah, no,
you want to.
No, it's okay. No, it's good. I think, unless I'm freezing.
I mean, you're good on my end, bro. You're all good. I don't see the freezing.
Right on. All right. Yeah, no, I couldn't hear what you were saying. You just completely froze up twice.
Oh, did I? Okay. So I will repeat myself and say, it seems like most of the stuff bred out in Hawaii, from what I see, especially the other 808, I'm just going to say Jake, a lot of vigor. Vigor is something I hear all the time. I don't know if it's something in the soil. I don't know if it's the Hawaiian sun. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that's bred out there really does come through. And, I hear other people, I hear big C companies, just the other day, Cali Connection is going to go do their breeding out in Hawaii. So I feel like that's like a step up right there. And you have people like Jake in your corner who, I sort of met you through in a way.
Yeah.
You have a few really good people out there, and you guys, Jake in particular, obviously I hear nothing but good feedback, and I feel like you are sort of not an extension of him, but I feel like you guys together, I see you guys live together a lot now, and the genetics that you guys are sharing, I see the sugar tits in some of your your lineup. Obviously you came through and blessed, Sabrina, by coming through and putting some packs up for her, which I'll just say was greatly appreciated by us both. But yeah, I want people to know who you are. All the other stuff aside, like you have your own. You have a growing style that is different than other people's, and we do joke a little bit about it. But hey, you're doing what you're doing out there, and there's a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for it, because I have been listening to you. I listen to you talk, and I feel like me being me, you just want to see, you want to see things and you want to see what's up. And I've been seeing you in your garden. I've been seeing the pictures you've been posting, and everything looks beautiful. So, I want to do whatever I can to help you guys. Obviously, I had a conversation with you and your wife the other day. She seems like a really amazing human being, and
Yes.
this is the first step right here. Let's just really just
Yeah.
let's just have a good conversation about what you got going on. And
Yeah.
I was saying also, you're like second generation. Obviously, you could tell a story about your father, and we can let all these people know. The 80 people that are in here, this is going to be on YouTube. They can come back and revisit this and watch this. So let's talk.
Yeah,
Let's get into it.
We'll start from the beginning.
Going into this one.
Yeah.
Can I put them in these?
So I started growing at the age of 13 years old, and I grew my first plants, and I did pretty good. I had some decent plants. I'd been growing stuff since I was a little kid. I grew up on a farm. My dad was a farmer, and so when I was 13, I was growing, and my dad found my plants in the backyard, and he tore them up and threw them away and told me, what was I doing? I'm going to get him in trouble, all this kind of stuff. And I was all like, oh, that's weird. Like, because he never was against it, except for when he found the plants in the yard. But it's illegal, so he was all against it. That summer, his friend, his old partner came from the mainland and moved here, and they took me up to the mountains and we started growing. And that's where it all started. I was 14 years old going up there every summer and growing and learning the plant, learning how the plant grew, and learned a lot of stuff about the plant and how the microbes work over here. We have really special microbes that I use, mycorrhiza and mycelium mix that just makes your plants grow super super fast. They're just incredible with it. And yeah, so I did that for 7 or 8 years, and then I kind of had a falling out with the partner, and I was a young adult and wanted my own way, and yeah, just didn't work out. We went our own ways, kind of stopped growing. Then I had my son and didn't grow for like 6 years. And then I hurt my back and got my medical and started growing in my yard. And that's when it really started happening. And I got some old genetics back from one of my dad's other partners when my dad passed away right before I actually started growing in our yard, and then from cancer. And I got some genetics back at his wake from one of his partners, and that's where my whole breeding thing started. That's where I started focusing on. I knew I had magic with those seeds. Like my dad had always talked about them. He told me all about the different strains and what they were and how he bred them. I knew all the backstories on them. And so when I got those, I was just all like, yes. And so I started breeding. And right at that time, 808 Genetics, Jake, was just starting to do the same thing. And he was all like, bro, I want to start breeding and doing seeds. I want to get into this. And I was all like, yeah, bro, you can do it, bro. Check this out. And I was showing him how I was doing my breeding. And he was all like, oh, wow, that's it. That's the way. And, I kind of talked him through what my dad had taught me. And like, I'm really proud of him. He's done some amazing work out there, like just mind blowing. I mean, the stuff he's putting out there is top of the line. It's there's not much, it's really, really good. And
Facts. He said, let him know about that Kauai fire.
yeah, that's why fire, bro, right there. I'm telling you, bro, his lemon lips, I've never tasted lemons like that in my life. His sugar tits is got flavor and pop punch that you wouldn't believe. Like it's got backbone, it's got flavor. They got vigor. The plants grow like crazy. And it's about selective breeding, like that's the whole thing, properly breeding, not just grabbing this male and this female and putting them together and making seeds. It's looking at multiple and multiple plants, and selecting properly. That's the whole thing about breeding, that a lot of people seem to have lost, like guys are just breeding for color and this, like all us the older guys, effect is the main thing. Effect comes with a lot of it. And then second from effect is flavor, because the flavor is where, if I feel like it's a medicine for me, and if I don't want to smoke it, I don't like the flavor of it, it's not going to work for medicine because I don't like it. The ones I'm drawn to, like the smells that really pull me in, they work better for medicine for me. I think it's because you're attracted to those terps. We have a cannabinol receptor, in our body that picks up those things, and when we interact with the plant, bro, it's amazing, like the difference, if yeah, I'll get stoned if I smoke weed that I don't like, but for the medicine effect where it actually is, you know, the full medical effect of it, the flavor, the terps has a big thing to do with it when you ingest it. And that's always been one of my things.
Facts, man. It's gotta taste good, It's gotta have terps. It just does, and I think they do go hand in hand. And a good example. Well, it was probably a bad example off the top of my head. So, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. But yeah, it all like and that's the thing, man. I have so many people out here like you give props to 808, and I never heard that story. Like some of the earlier stuff with you and him and that's cool, man. I love to have background like that and hear that. But you have a guy out there right now, the homie 808, who is a friend, who I actually consider a friend, killing it out there, man. And I'm just excited, to see. I know you got some stuff, and you guys are doing things together, and he's a friend of yours too, and this is a beautiful thing. Like it just is symbiotic, whatever. Like all that stuff out there that you're breeding. I just want to get out there to the people and let them start to grow it out and see what kind of fire's in there, because you have your Luna, the Luna, the Luda Spirit.
Outer Space is the strain. And Luda Spirit in Outer Space, it started from Luda OG. I had a Lilikoi OG that I bred from one of my father's strains. I crossed the SFV with a Hawaiian Frost male, the K69, which was pretty much considered the Kauai, it's a Hawaiian skunk. It's real close to Jake's Kauai Electric, a little bit older version, and a little more to the sativa side than Jake's. But I used that to the SFOG, and I got a straight passion fruit pheno of it. It was just straight passion fruit. And I took that female and I cloned her. I ran that thing for probably about 3 years in clone form. And then I ended up taking her and breeding her to a Fire OG male. And the plant that I bred was a mother plant that I was using for cloning. So it was just a giant plant in a pot, and I just put it in the ground, and thing had a big old stem. It was just a giant bush. And my dog, Luda, would go up under the plant and rub his butt on the stem every day. And I went out there one day and he had passed away. He was 11 years old. He was a little English Staffshire, and he had started having seizures about a year before that. So it was, something happened. I don't know what happened, heart attack, seizure, but he passed away. And on his shoulder, he had a big scar, and on the scar, it was just full of seeds. And so I was all like, fuck, that's what I'll call the strain, Luda OG. And so I took him. I cut the plant down because the seeds were ready. Harvested all the seeds. I took the plant out. I dug a hole right there. I buried him right there. And then about 3 weeks later, a sprout came up right where I had buried him. And it was seeds from that plant. And that was the mother. In 65 days, the thing was from seed. It was head high and already flowering. And I was all like, what the heck is this thing? And it was an amazing plant. You know, I grew that thing, the Luda OG. I had that for about 8 years. I was running that. And it was one of the best OGs I've ever had in my book. The high was amazing, really long lasting high, had that deep OG flavor with a light fruit hint in it. Everyone, you know, light fruit tones, barely any fruit, mostly just gas OG. It was really,
Gas. Sorry, I just
yeah, no, it was the gas, bro. It was unreal.
gas.
So then I took that male, and I had a Godbud lemon skunk that was just super vigorous, just a producer. It was from George of the Isle, and I had the Mendo Montage, which was from I
Big
got from
pond.
eight, and I crossed both of those to the Luda, and when I crossed both of those, both seedling out of both batches of seeds, I had females that showed pink-haired phenos, and I was all like, "Oh wow, this is neat." So I went and I hunted and hunted, and I found a male that matched one of the females directly. And then when I put him in the flower, he had all these stripes on his flower, and I was all like, "Oh, wow, I wonder if that's gonna pass." So I crossed him with the opposite to the Godbud Lemon. It was the Mendo female male to the Godbud Lemon Skunk, and then I ended up with red hairs in those phenos, and I was all like, "Oh wow, this is even neater." And the plant was just a producer from day one. Amazing gas, light lemon hints, and
Gas.
just fire. You know, just kick your ass. I mean, it just put you down. It was amazing. And so I named it Luda Spirit.
I like it. I like how you named it. Yeah, you know, it's a
And
beautiful thing. Very cool.
you know,
And you
and that was
crossed.
like the red hairs. I always wanted a red hair pheno, you know, from when I very first started growing. I had seen little pink hairs and I seen pictures of bright red hairs, but I never had one. I always wanted one. And it was just
Right.
how Cross made it.
Yeah, as in, you know, not orange, red, and you have the pink. That's cool. I think I've seen some pictures of it, right? You have some pictures
Yeah,
posted?
I have pictures
Yeah.
on mine. I have a couple on this one, but if you go to my old Kauai seeds without the 808, you can look at my old pictures from 10, 12 years ago. It shows all my stuff in there. Now, I know about the breeding as well then as I do now. I was just learning the labeling. So there's some stuff that says it's like an F3. It's actually a BX3 instead of an F3. But yeah, just simple things like that. You know, I didn't know the proper terms of the breeding at the
Yeah,
time
that's
when
like
I
the
made
you
that
know, yeah, the male
Instagram.
always goes second, you know, like yeah, listed correctly. I don't think it was you, but I can't remember. I think yeah. Like yeah, you know, little things. But let me see. I always wanted let's go.
Yes, the
He froze for a second. He's back. It's all good. Yeah,
genetic
gas.
to the full sun.
All right, so let's break down. Okay, real quick. Is the Black Magic strain still on Kauai? Had it back in 2002. It has to be the strongest weed on earth.
The Black Magic. I do not know of that one. I did not hear of that before 2002. I was growing in 2002. Yeah, I never heard of the Black Magic.
Okay. yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, something about the Hawaiian sun and the soil, and maybe it's the volcanic, you know, something is the perfect storm for, you know, amazing cannabis out there as and breeding as well, because it does come through in the seeds. There's no doubt about the vigor that people talk about from, especially, you know, 808s. I'm gonna assume once people start to grow ears out, they're gonna find the same thing.
Oh yeah,
That's just me assuming, but you know, I would think so. So I think it's something about the Hawaiian, like you said, the Hawaiian sun brings out the epigenetics full potential. So I'm a believer in that. You know, I hear there's those other guys, I'm not going to mention their name, that call it Hawaiianized. You know, that's their thing, Hawaiianized seeds. I don't really, you know, like I said, I'm not going to mention their name because they're not really, just not going to. But I feel like it really is a thing, man. You know, I feel like it really is a thing.
yeah, no, we do, and we also select for hybrid vigor. You know, that's one of the things in your breeding that you select for and breed for is plants that grow fast and vigorous. That's where you're going to get your best potential. Not only for trichome production, you know, you have a slow growing plant that's just crawling along. They don't produce. They usually aren't the greatest flavored. You know, like once you get to that vigorous plant, that's where you get the heavy trichome production. You get the heavy terp production. You know, that's where you get the heavy flavor. You know, like my dad. One of the things my dad said was like when he was breeding. My dad went around the world collecting strains all over the world. After he got out of Vietnam, he went to the Middle East first, and then he went to Africa and India, and then after he went to Thailand and Vietnam and South America and just collected strains and bred. And he found that when you get four strains that are completely opposite genetics and you cross them together, in that four, what you so you cross one sativa with one indica, another sativa with another indica, and then you take those two babies and you cross the ones that have both parents that are the 50-50 split, and you cross those together and you look for the one that has the four-way split. There'll be like 20%, 25% will show all four parents' genes. And that's your polyhybrid, so called. And that's where my dad guys found the magic, you know, back in the 60s and the 70s. That's where he got those heavy, big, giant producing plants, you know, plants that produced 8-7 pounds a plant, you know, out in the outdoors over here. You know, that's where they found that magic. And, you know, still to this day, when you do that, like I did with the Godbud Lemon Skunk and Mendo Montage, it was just a perfect cross with the Luda on both sides. I got a super hybrid vigor strain that just produced insane. You know, big tripe production. Like if you go look on my old page, there's the first female I grew. She was about 8 feet tall. She was about 8 feet around, and I think I got 7 pounds off of her. And that was the first Ludus outer space that I grew out.
Okay, let's go outdoors. Yeah, you call it. You know, you guys. Well, yeah, 7 pounds is a big plant. So
Yeah, no, a monster, especially for here. When you normally they don't get quite that big. You know, 2-3 pounds is a good plant outdoors here. You know, unless you're really vegging them out. We want do gas.
the gas, baby. We want the gas.
Yep, the gas. Well, tell you the truth, bro. The Luda spirit to the green crack. I've grown it out in a tester batch, little guys, and you know I got a couple 1 to 2 gram buds of it, and there was some I'm regrowing those plants right now, and I have the clones of them, but the one pheno was straight gas OG, just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And then the other one was almost dead on green crack, and then the other one's like a sweet green crack. It has like a fruitiness. I don't know. I gotta let it go completely go out to find out what it's really gonna be. But I mean, they're all straight fire. The PBJ brings the heat. Lemon lips,
Lemon lips.
bubble gum would be fire.
I'll tell you this: it's sort of funny that you bring up Jill, the Jilly, Miss Jill. I think it very much looks like she's going to be coming on the site. So we're probably going to be offering you guys that Jilly bean, all that stuff. I'm going to give you guys that first little whisper in the ear. I'm going to do my best to get her to come on here too, because there's not many female breeders out there. And yeah, I actually had a short conversation with her today. So it looks like, we'll get some Miss Jill gear coming up here pretty much in the near future for you guys. So yeah, let's go.
Nice. Peanut butter jelly breath rosin. Nice. Yeah, the peanut butter jelly breath is fire.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the strains that you guys have available to offer right now.
So right now what I have to offer was my first lineup I did, which was my Luda Spirit to four amazing cultivars. The Green Crack, the Blue Dream, Tropic Thunder, and the Sugar Tits. And the Jelly Bean Bubblegum. I crossed the Luda Spirit to those. And every one of them is gonna be fire. The Green Crack was the first test batch I did. I blew it. I went to work and I forgot to water them, and I came home and they were pretty much all dead. The Green Cracks made it. That was the first germination test, a tray each, and I had real great germination, but I forgot to water them when they were like 3 days old, and so they got cooked. But this is the Green Cracks made it, and those were the ones I flowered out, and that was the ones I found there was pretty much 3 phenos in there that I found, and there's the gas pheno, the fruity Green Crack, and then the dead on, like the mother, but bigger leaf and more vigorous than the mother. So we'll see when she comes out completely finished. And then the Tropic Thunder is pretty much an Alaskan thunderfuck. It's supposed to be Kauai electric to the Alaskan, but I picked the pheno we picked was all the way to the Alaskan. It's almost a pure indica pheno, and the thing's just a monster. It's just a most amazing vegging plant I've ever seen. Once it takes off, it's gone. Like it's trippy. Its stretch in flower is like 2 feet, but it puts out dinner plate size indica leaves during its whole stretch. Like it doesn't shrink up. It's just an insane plant.
Let's go.
And so I crossed that with the Luda Spirit, and that one we're gonna get some. That should be some real. They're both real similar strains, except that the Tropic Thunder is the most dense, heavyweight flowering plant I've ever seen. I've never seen denser flower than this thing puts off.
So a good yielder.
Yeah, no, amazing yielder. Well, not amazing. Like, I mean, it's a big plant and big buds. The bud sites, it doesn't have a ton of bud sites. It's a little stretchy, but it's just golf balls everywhere. Like indoors, it'll be an super incredible plant. Outdoors, it's a vegger like no tomorrow. super vigorous. But all the babies I have from it right now are just sexed out, and I'm just about to put them out into flower. The lily bean is Jilly Bean's bubblegum to the Luda spirit in outer space. The Jilly Bean bubblegum I have is an amazing lemon lime kind of gum flavor. But we just cut this last one down and we threw it in the freezer, and the freezer straight watermelon terps, bro. It's like unbelievable. So we're gonna see if when it washes, if we get that watermelon. In smoke, more of a light lime kind of what's it?
Yeah, all about that.
Yeah.
I just see are the seeds on the site are all the seeds on your site F1?
All the seeds on my all the seeds on my site are F1. Yes, they're all F1 regulars.
So yeah. Yeah, the
Everything's
green crack sounds good.
I don't have anything yet that's BXs or in crosses. I have some of those coming up soon. Okay, so to keep going on the thing, I have the Hawaiian candy, which is 808s, sugar tits, to
Oh boy!
the Hawaiian skunk male. The first male I used was the rotten male. He was like rotten, sweet rotten, trippy smell, and I bred him to the sugar tits, the jelly bean, the blue dream, and the green crack also. And out of that, we got Hawaiian candy, which is to the sugar tits. We got Hawaiian bubble gum, which is to the jelly bean. And the reason why I picked the Hawaiian bubble gum to that is because in the Hawaiian skunk, we have a lot of bubble gum. In that fruity thing, a lot of bubble gum does come out. So crossing it with the bubble gum, we're definitely going to find some mean bubblegum phenos in there. And then the dream skunk I am super excited about the dream skunk cross because those seedlings have the most amazing dead skunk smell I have found yet. Stem rubbed the male and had my girlfriend smell my hand, and she literally cringed and turned around and was all like, "What was that?" Ugh.
Oh,
Did not like it. So
that sounds
this man.
delicious, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm really stoked on it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I was having that conversation with somebody earlier about, going back in the back way back, walking into grandma's house and her being like, "You fucking smell like a skunk. You smell like a skunk. Where you at, Sabrina? What's up? What's up?" That's what I was having a conversation with anyway.
That's the
But
one.
yeah. But
And
skunk man, let's go.
The Big Willie to the green crack, and we call that Big Willie's cracks with a K.
Big Willie's cracks. Yo, that's like a plumber. That reminds me of a plumber. Shit. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. My bad.
No worries.
All right. So okay, so we let's talk about the Big Willie's crack. Obviously, that's a green crack.
Yeah.
Short flowering time.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, for me to just throw this in there, what do you think for like plant specific strains that you think would do good in climates that would be, mold resistant, stuff like that? Is there anything in particular, or will all your strains sort of do that? Because
all of my stuff does really good with ppm and all of that. I don't use much but preventatives. I don't really spray except for preventatives. So yeah, if you guys see my garden, it's beautiful. I don't have much PM problems because of vigor and healthy plants. That's one of the main things, is to have your silica, levels up, have your amino acids up, have your bricks up, and your plant won't have as much PM problems. It's about
Yeah,
vigor plant, that's one of the whole things with the organics.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be some, strain specific help towards that
Yeah,
too. But
no, there
yeah,
is definitely
yeah,
the I have the purple star killer right now is a powder mildew beast. Like the powder mildew just loves the thing. Like you spray it every day, every other day, and it still has powder mildew. And then but yeah, no, the green crack is a really good strain, really bulletproof. That thing's really really good. The Hawaiian skunk, that thing's also another bulletproof strain for PM and bug resistance. Like the Hawaiian skunk, I see bugs go on the thing and they die. They don't even get to chew on the thing.
yeah. I think that definitely like terpenes and flavonoids. We don't talk about that so much as we,
Yeah.
as we should, because the flavonoids like that. There are definitely some pest repellent like
Yeah.
smells. We'll just say that will you could have one plant in the same damn garden as other plants, and that one plant will definitely be like I'm not going to say pest resistant, but pest deterrent, because of the
Oh yeah,
because of the
for sure.
terps and the smells and all that it's putting off. So
Yeah, no, and then
pretty,
you'll have that will be magnets, to every single bug in the garden. It's the same thing, that depending on the terps, the flavors, I notice a lot of the real candy fruity stuff definitely gets a lot more of the chewing insects, where the gassy, stinky stuff, they can't really chew it, they get messed up when they try to eat it. It's kind of trippy. The heavy indicas, or the OGs, those are the ones. The OGs are super resistant to pests over here.
what should I pop first from your funk bundle is the question.
Funk bundle?
The Hawaiian bubblegum, Hawaiian candy.
Oh, the Hawaiian bubblegum, Hawaiian candy. I would go with the Hawaiian candy. The that's gonna be just amazing. The sugar tits to that Hawaiian skunk. You're gonna find gassy skunk phenos in there, and you're gonna find candy amazing phenos in there. Both
Um,
go.
let's go. I think that's the other 808 Brian Austin. He did a whole Harry Potter line, so pretty sure it's the other 808 Harry Potter. I
Yeah,
could be wrong. I know he did a whole Harry Potter line, or yeah, he did a whole Harry Potter line. I'm not sure if Harry Potter was one of those strains, but thinking it might have been.
I never did none of that. But then the other
Yeah.
one we just dropped on the 10th is our um medicinal line, our high profile line, CBD. I mean cannabinol profile line, which was a collab between me and 808. Well, 808 donated the seeds to me, and I hunted them and selected the females to breed to across my Luda Spirit, which is also that was one of the other things about the Luda Spirit, the high profile medical strain with a high THC, high CBD, and then it has other THC and other CBG and CBN in low numbers in there, also in certain phenos. So I took that and crossed that against Jake's crosses, his medical crosses that he made, medicinal crosses he made, which was the Tiger Shark, which was peanut butter breath to Moana's gift, and then the Dirty Mermaid, which was GMO to Moana's gift, and then Triton's Trumpet, which was Master Kush to Moana's gift, and then Saltwater Taffy, which is Cookies to Moana's gift. And I crossed all of those to Luda Spirit in outer space. And we just continued with the names. We just added we got Space Shark, which is the peanut butter breath to Moana's gift to Luda Spirit. We have Mermaid in outer space, which is GMO to Moana's gift to Luda Spirit. And then we have Triton in outer space, which is Master Kush to Moana's gift to Luda Spirit. And then what's that? Oh, Taffy in outer space. Yeah, Taffy in outer space, which is Cookies to Moana's gift to Luda Spirit. And the whole point of this was to be able to give the medical community and other breeders out there a shot at some high profile strains to use for breeding. I was trying to get a big flavor profile out there quick of, good medicine for people, good herbs. And so this drop we did super cheap, really low prices. We lowered our amount of beans in the packs. We went down to 5 beans a pack for $10 and 10 beans a pack for $20 in these medical lines. And these are all fire, really good genetics. For anybody that has medical ailments, there's hopefully something because I believe that if you don't like the strain, it's not going to be good medicine for you. That's where the medicine comes from, is when you enjoy it and it brings something to you. So that's why I went with Jake's medical or medicinal crosses, was for that purpose. And yeah, so on the site we have these for $10 and $20 packs. You guys should scoop them up.
Hey, sorry about this.
Amazing.
So what do you okay, so I just want to get to some of the questions. What do you wash the outdoor plants with at harvest, or do you just leave it natural?
What do you wash the outdoor plants with at
I think he's
harvest?
actually talking about actually like dipping the plants. Like I think he's talking about bugs. Like before you, okay. Talk about washing. Do outdoor growers wash bugs? This is the second part. It seems like it might be part of the same question. Do outdoor growers wash bugs off their plants? All kinds of insects get stuck in the resin. Y'all pick them out when trimming, or do you all indoor greenhouse in Hawaii?
No, we grow all outdoors, and yeah, you get bugs sometimes on your plants. Not all the time, but you do sometimes. And like me, I use the hose. I use a RV filter on my hose to get any chlorine or anything out of the water. But I spray my plants down almost every other day with just the hose. I wash them. I make like it rains on them every day. It helps train the plant to grow out, and it helps the plant when you do get storms. Like, we'll have really nice weather for 2 months, and then we'll get 35-mile-an-hour winds and an inch an hour of rain. And if your plants have been in perfect weather for 2 months without getting wind whipped or anything, when that comes, they just fall apart because they're not trained for it. So one of my favorite things when I garden, one of the things I do is in the middle of the day, during the hottest part of the day, I'll usually go out there and wash everybody down, weigh them down, make them bend over, tweak everything, just soak them until they're into their, first week, second week of flower, and then I stop. but I do it all the way up until there. Pretty much just wash them every time. It helps with PM, it helps with bugs, and it helps, knock off bad leaves. It's just an easy way to take care of your plants.
All right.
Baking soda and water dip. Yeah, I've heard of baking soda and water. I've heard of hydrogen peroxide in water to wash stuff with. Me, if I'm washing stuff, I'm distilled water, and getting sloshed. Then you're putting it through the screens. You don't have any rubbish in there pretty much but trichomes. You're going to see it if there is. That's the only stuff I wash. Trichomes. Yeah, I wash my plants down. I don't ever wash the buds. Like once in a while, if the plant has a bunch of dust on it or something or visible, I'll rinse it off the day before harvest. But I really try not to spray them during their heavy flower points because you can cause botrytis and other types of problems by doing that. Once those bracts start swelling up, they're sensitive to get botrytis, if they get moisture inside of them.
Oh my God, man. I'm just, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I just had a message come in from somebody that's just like, bro, I'm just saying. Like I've been dealing with stuff for the last little couple of weeks. If you literally need to go to somebody else to tell me to get in touch with you, that shit's just weird. If anybody has an issue, period, don't go to somebody else and have them message me. Message me yourself directly or just fucking call. My phone number is on the site. I will answer every time you guys call. It's just weird movement to like have somebody else message me for you when you can message me. That's all I'm saying. It's frustrating.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for
We're
real.
all grown ass men. Like I hate that shit, bro. Call me. My phone number's on the site. You probably have my phone number anyway if you're in here. And it's just weird, bro. I've been dealing with a lot of shit. Like, just call me. I'm very easy to get in touch with. Yes, I have been busy. I have a lot of shit going on in my life, and we're trying to do things. All this other shit that everybody's seen going on. Yeah, I might have been a little sidetracked, and it is what it is. I don't apologize for that, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit do I apologize for that. Point is, my phone number is on the site. You can easily hit call, and call me, and I will pick up the phone. Don't have other people reach out to me. That shit's weird, bro. Just saying. Like, weird. All right, anyway, I apologize, but
No, good, bro.
so what we were talking about washing, I did a baking soda lemon juice dip last year. It worked out great. I lost a bit of the trikes, but the trikes are not going to fall off, though. That's the thing. I think people don't realize those trikes, until it dries, they're not just going to fall off. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do a dip, like you can do that.
Yeah,
So,
no. It doesn't. You don't lose any trikes really by washing it. Not unless you're
no,
rough with beating it
exactly.
up. If you're just taking it and dipping it in the water and then dipping it in another bucket and then another bucket and then hanging it and drying it, I see a lot of guys do that. It works great.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm saying I appreciate that. It's just like crazy, man. Y'all know I'm gonna answer my DMs all the time. You ain't gotta have a second fucking party reach out to me. No, I don't even give a shit. I
I'm
really
actually
don't care anyway, but it's just like, yo, I'm really easy to get in touch with, So yeah.
that purple star killer. But I'm gonna wash all that with hydrogen peroxide because it has a little bit of powder mildew on it, even though I've been nailing it so hard, But that's supposed to be the one for that is the 3% hydrogen peroxide in water. Wash it, and dry it, and gets rid of that.
Let's go. Let's go. So I will be getting, me and 808, we will talk. I'll figure out how to get you guys, access to seeds, some of his seeds, at least on the site where we put some packs on the site where you guys can go pay with your credit card. You know, that's always an easy thing to do. I know, you know, just starting a seed company, and I know he has a seed bank, he has a site. Taking in payments is always a thing. So, you know, that's where I come in sometimes because I can't accept credit cards. You know, we'll figure it out. So every strain that he spoke about, you know, I will try to put a menu together and we'll at least get them on the site. I'm not going to say they're going to ship straight from me. Him and I'll talk about this. In the beginning, we might just do it where you guys get paid through the site and he might ship, you know, he might just ship it out. I feel like that's a really good way for us to just start out, get some stuff on the site, let you guys get, you know, have access to it without having to pay through a Cash App or a PayPal or, you know, a lot of these processing methods that people don't want to use because they just don't. It's just easier to go to the site, put your credit card number in, buy it, and you're good. So I will figure it out with him and his wife. You know, she's definitely the business side of it. So we'll get all that shit figured out for sure.
Sure.
But I think we're, you know, I'm about at over 3 hours now. I know we can go a little bit longer. If you guys have any other questions for him at all, I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes. We'll say 5 minutes. You know, take the next 5 minutes, whether it's questions about the way he grows, where he, you know, anything, any questions you guys have, dude. Every one of these growers has a different growing style. So, you know, you might be able to get really good answers to a simple question that you guys might have about anything. This is you know, I feel like this is.
I'll give you.
Yeah, I'd love to open it up.
I have a ton of knowledge on this plant.
So
I have so much going on in my head that it's hard for me to pin stuff to talk about in this thing. You know, like when guys ask me, then it opens up doors.
no, 100%. No, definitely, man. Like that's why, you know, listen, an hour isn't always long enough. You know, that's why I usually will like revisit this stuff. I had started doing an hour and a half at one point, but it just depends. Like last week, Josh was supposed to be here and he couldn't get in. So, you know, when that happens, I can't really do an hour and a half. And it's hard to sit here for me. Like, you know, you guys come in, you're here for an hour. For me, I'm here, you know, I'm here with everybody. So it becomes, you know, it's hard to sit here for like a long period of time, you know. Yo, True Dope, man. Listen, bro, that's for you, fool. That's all I gotta say to you. All right, that's not even just to you, True Dope. Guess what? That's to the whole motherfucking country of Canada. I said it. I did it. I did it. Yeah, the whole motherfucking country. Y'all ain't even got mail service. It don't affect me. I say, fuck you, Canada. All I want.
No questions?
Just play, man. We love you, Canadians. We love y'all. You guys are just the best, man. You guys are just better than Americans, you know? It's wild. Not. Cancel the Canadians. Yo, but listen, any questions you guys have, man, I'm going to give you guys still, you know, when my clock hits 3:10, which is about 3 minutes from now, I am going to say goodnight to everybody. And I'll figure some things out with 808 and we'll get some of his gear on the site for you guys. And, you know, we could always revisit this.
And then upcoming, we got an upcoming drop coming up. It's going to be the Hawaiian skunk to the green crack, the chili bean, the purple star killer, the sour trop cookies from 808, the tropic thunder, the sugar tits, and the green crack, the fruity green crack, the spirit crack, the fruity one, the fruity female, against the fruity pheno.
Oh, I think we lost you a little bit.
We lost both of it. You froze too. I don't know what's going on. Keeps doing
Did I
that.
freeze? Yeah, I think I was.
It's like checkery, like every once in a while.
I see this on Instagram, so I think it might be on your end because I don't think I froze. I could see on Instagram it looked like it kept going.
Right on.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I see 808 on Instagram. The other, he just said he just got done spraying the greenhouse, so the live is still. Yeah, we still go, man. We about to finish up here, But I'm gonna let him finish talking about this new drop without me interrupting him like I so fucking rudely just did. So it's my fault.
So anyway, we have that coming. Well, that'll be coming up in about 2 months. It's just getting set up.
Yeah, Cultivation's in Canada. He got new drops coming up. I don't give a shit what your mom said, fool. Tell your mom she kiss my ass, true dope guy. You and your mom. Kiss my ass. All right? Oh, shit. Both of you. Kiss my ass. That's right. Oh, my God. Well, it's been a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do too. Have a good night, you guys. Peace out.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Have a good
No
night.
worries,
You guys
bro.
make sure you guys check him out on Instagram. It seems like most of the usual suspects are in here. 71 people. You guys are not following him. Go to the post I put up on Instagram. Click the follow. That goes for Josh as well. That also goes for Marcus or Golden Road Seco. So all 3 guests tonight are pinned on that flyer. I will put out another flyer with their logos on it. That says Meet the Breeders now live. Uploaded to YouTube, so you guys can go off either of those posts and you can follow him straight from there. Besides that, I'm going to say goodnight to 808, and I appreciate you, brother.
Right on, guys. Have a good night.
Good night. To everybody else, you already know, I'll be back Saturday night. We are going to finish up these auctions. Man, I think we're going to be able to do it Saturday. The bundle that was sent to me might not get here until, we'll see. Hopefully it gets here by Saturday. And I'm going to finish up everything for Sabrina Saturday night. If for any reason the bundle doesn't get here, we'll try to do it like, Monday, whatever it is. I'll make sure there's a post up and you guys are aware. There's a lot of packs that we still have to put up. I had 2 people flake. I'm not going to call out. I'm going to call out the first one. I'm not going to call out the second one because I actually had a conversation with him, but I don't care. What was your name? Gross Shack Kev. Not cool, bro. Not cool. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You shouldn't bid on shit and then disappear. So I can't help it. It is what it is. I got no option except to call you out a little bit. The other part of that whole thing, he actually at least had a conversation with me and let me know what was up. So him and I are good. Please don't come in the lives, especially when we're bidding on stuff that's going to a cause like a celebration of life for Sabrina, and then not fucking come through and pay. I'm just saying. So if you guys come through when we restart this stuff up, do me a favor. If you guys bid on stuff, please come through and actually pay for it. All right. So, and he said, if you have an issue, make sure to hit him somewhere else and send him a message for you. Who are you talking about? Me? Are you talking about True Dope? You talking about True Dope? Yo. Wait, adios from the great Southwest. Here growing outside the Saharan desert. Yo, let's go. That's what's up. Sonorian desert. Okay. True Dope guy. I don't care. You lie. Appreciate you too. A, you damn Canadians. A to you. Reverie, you got it, brother. F you. Hey, F you. F you. F you. F you. F you. Thanks, Dark. You got it. One More Saturday Night is coming up. One More Saturday Night is definitely coming up. You got it, Tucker. Any 20, thank you. Respect back at you, Tree 8. Yeah, come on, Kev. I'm just saying, man. I'm sorry to call people out, bro, but this situation, you know what I mean? This situation, you getting called out over this. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I thought so too, and see, yo, that's the only reason I'm even calling the dude out because, bro, you literally are like, hey, I'm gonna get, like, that's weird, right? That's weird. Like, don't do that, right? You're like, don't do that. I'm not cool with that. So that's what happened. This is where we're at, This is where we're at. So I'm doing what I got to do because I feel like it needs to be done. Anyway, I appreciate everybody, man. You know, y'all guys are absolutely the best, bro. Much love to everybody hung out. You know, everybody that came through here tonight, you guys rock. NC, you definitely the fool. We already know that. Shout out to everybody who came through. Shout out to the Golden Road Seed Co., which is Marcus Aurelius. Shout out to Josh, Bluestar Seed Co. You know, and last but not least, 808 808 Kauai Dakine. Shout out to all you guys. Much love. Y'all stay safe. I appreciate everybody. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys Saturday night. Peace.